Nemesis tomorrow? Well, maybe. I don't know about necessarily tomorrow, but it's tomorrow I have Squishy and I are trying to do world first normal. So I think Nemesis might be... I might be a little bit busy to do Nemesis tomorrow, but like later in the week probably. Especially after I get a little bit more Mo gear. I dare you to do a 10-hour fishing stream next to the Sunwell with sound on. How in the fuck? What am I, fucking RPing? I'm RPing as one of those people that are on ESPN bass fishing or whatever. Can I craft some more? Yeah, perfect. I've been trying to craft as many of these goddamn potions as I possibly can lately. Whenever I get bored, I literally just go and pick herbs. I'm trying to stack up on Light's potential potions. Isn't the Reckless Potion pretty good? Which one is that one? Is that the one that stuns you? Potion of Recklessness. Oh, so the reason that this one's bad is stat DR penalty. Sometimes. So you enter pretty deep into your stat DR penalty, so you actually lose a lot of value from this potion relative to other things. It could, in theory, be good. I think it heavily depends on your specialization, and how much it values one specific stat relative to the penalty. But hard to really know. Main stat, yeah, main stat's really good early expansion, especially whenever you have a lot less gear.
Breathe deep. I don't think so.
Light's potential, I think, was semi higher for Moonkin. I don't really know about for other specs, though. Your Raceful first video was a legit masterpiece. I turned on and go to sleep and stayed until 3 a.m. Yeah, there was some stuff that I cut out of it that I think I could have added. Or I think that, like... Yeah, there was some stuff that got cut out of it just for the sake of time that certainly could have been in there. Like, I think Sephiler and Nyalotha probably had the most cut. There was also something that I forgot to talk about, too, until Evade brought it up. There was this moment of time before Method blew up, but after Nyalotha, where Scripe admitted on stream to buying fucking gold from Gallywix. That was wild, and basically just like nothing ended up happening to that. With that, it was kind of funny. It wasn't like a. It's not like a big deal. Like I think he probably should have been banned for it. But I remember at the time, people were pissed and were calling him, like, saying he was a bad person and stuff. And I was just like, this is the weirdest shit ever. Because, like, buying gold doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that you're maybe going to get banned. Just makes you a fucking idiot. Who's likely to get banned. But ended up one-shotting the video. Oh my god, I'm glad you enjoyed it so much you one-shot the video. Yeah, I think I might go back and do, like, a video just about Sephiler. I suspect that after the race is over, I I think I'm going to want to spend some time and just do like a 1 hour long Sephiler video. Because I think that tier got the most stuff cut out of it. Where it was like... what all was there? Like, there was differences in healing compositions on Rygalon that I didn't cover at all. There was the early shift getting world first on... there was the early shift getting world first on the first boss. That raid, I can't remember what it was called. Thinking. Prototype... No, not Prototype Pantheon. That was the council fight. Vigilant Guardian. That was the name of that fight. There was JPC getting locked out of the raid. There was Lorgok not getting his tier set. There was the fact that was the... Honestly, I think that was the tipping point for split culture as well. I think that's where splits really started to ramp up, because that's when people started doing mirror characters, and I didn't really cover that. I think I could do literally just an entire video about Sephiler, and it would probably be like an hour long if I had to. If I had to guess. Grudge Pit has to be faster than this. Is Grudge Pit faster? I thought Calamity is faster, although this version of Calamity might be slow as fuck. I think the version of Calamity that we had last week or yesterday was probably faster. Did you look up a strat to level Valeera? No. Is there mole strats? What's the higher level Valeera for? Well, last time I tried to do the Kaiveza challenge with a level 40 brand, and let me just say, I don't think it did me any favors. This isn't a good strat, bro. All right. What is a good strat, Sim? Please do tell me. Do we have to do this? No, absolutely not. You do whatever the fuck you want, bro. Fungal. You talk about the... What does the Nemesis boss give? It gives you a... So in your vault, it gives you a myth slot. So it's worth doing. Grudge Pit? Yeah, maybe I'll just go do Grudge Pit.
Breathe deep. Too quick to counter.
Rage bait overloading. Dude, listen, it worked last time. Literally, Word Up did the fucking... Word Up literally did the Delve Nemesis boss because of it. See, was that shit not funny as hell? Yes, it was. So we're gonna keep saying it. Oh my god, Killax has a fucking video about Delve leveling?
Hey guys, Killax here, the #1 virgin collector in North America. If you've been trying to...
What do you say,
level
#1
the
virgin
Midnight Season
collector?
1 Delve-
Do you say virgin collector? What do you mean by that, chat?
Here, the #1 virgin collector in North America. If you've been trying to level Valeera, the Midnight Season 1 Delve follower, her current maximum level is 45. This is up until March 17th. Once the season officially starts, the Delve boss unlocks. And if you're planning to push for the region-specific top 4000 title called Fabled Vanquisher of Nutella, you're going to want Valeera completely maxed out up until level 45 to min-max her power level. Right now, the fastest and most efficient method to level her is by spamming a delve called the Grudge Pit on tier level 4. You pull the entire delve, loot the curios on the ground, and then reset the run and repeat. So let's go over the specific method first, and then I'll explain all of the mechanics that make the strategy the most efficient and how everything works together. The delve we'll be running is called the Grudge Pit. It's located in Harondar at the bottom right side of the map. The variant of the specific delve does not matter, which means that you can run this farm anytime without worrying about the specific version or variant of it. Before starting, make sure you set your followers' role and curios. If you're struggling to survive large pulls, I recommend setting Valeera to healer. This makes the farm much easier and safer, especially while you're still gearing yourself up or leveling her specifically. When she's in healer role, she'll regularly support you with several abilities. She has an ability called Vampiric Reaping, which throws out red hearts on the ground, which heal you when you run over them. They actually do a pretty massive heal. Delves. If you're playing a class where survivability is not an issue at all, just set her to DPS. For combat curios, specifically if you're having trouble living, I recommend Mantle of Stars. If you don't have any trouble surviving, I recommend Nether and Tropic Chris. For the utility curio, I just recommend Overflowing Voidspire, as this just gives you a flat out damage and healing increase. The strategy is extremely simple. When you enter the delve, just aggro every single monster you see, optimally starting from one side and going in a circle. Pull the entire area and kill everything in one large pull. After that, run around the delve out of combat after you've killed every single monster and loot all of the Mistlight curiosities on the ground. Alternatively, you can also gather any mining or herbalism nodes if you have a gathering profession, but this is going to slow down your experience overall if you do this. However, it'll get you some gold. Once you think you've looted everything inside the delve, just leave. You can do this by right-clicking your character.
Alright, good enough for me. Collegiate Calamity? The Calamity today is fucking slow. The Calamity yesterday was actually not bad. I was doing them like 2 pulls. Since I think did Calamity only and was doing them in like 3 minutes. But that guy's also the fucking... That guy's the GOAT. You don't need Valeera leveled, bud. Listen, man. I am the person who took 200 fucking attempts on Kaiveza. I need as much help as I can get. I need help.
The den has been ravaged with vermin.
What level our follower need to be? I don't know, man. It might be... Nobody knows. It could be literally fucking easy, and leveling Valeera was completely worthless. It could be impossible, and leveling Valeera was completely worthless. It could be somewhere in between, and leveling Valeera was worth it. Who really knows? Kaiveza had nothing to do with Bran? Listen. Yes, it did. It's kind of the same reason that you guys get green parses in Raid. If you guys had better gear, you guys wouldn't get green parses. If I had a higher level Bran, I would have killed Kaiveza earlier. Those are the rules, right? Healer Valeera is also not useful. Yeah, the healer Bran was a fucking fraud. I hate that guy. That guy and I still got beef. This Valeera, she can go like Super Saiyan 6 if you're not careful. Yeah, that Bran's not doing anything of that. Bran couldn't even fucking heal me. Like, I actually...
Fucking Tettles, fuck that guy.
The reason that I took 200 attempts, this is not copium, is because I had to actually survive. And so I was literally like hot swapping Bear half the goddamn fight. It was terrible. Yo, newbie, thank you for the sub. This is not cope. This is real. Yet you refused to do it on Nexus King? I was benched. What do you want from me? Listen, man. They didn't give me an 18% buff prior to Manaforge Omega. Because you refused? I didn't refuse. I got asked, is your spec good at this fight? And I said, absolutely not. And then I got benched. I was being honest. That was absolutely truthful. Moonkin was fucking terrible at that fight.
Precious gifts from the earth.
I gotta make sure that I pick up these like mobs next time I'm doing this, I think. That's okay. I think I also missed something over here. But I can minfire them next time. I think I missed a missile here. Yeah, here it is. Oh, how do you even get up here? Ooh.
Precious gifts from
Why does WoW have so many item slots? It seems so boring. They should make you only get 4 and the rest is cosmetic. Well, it's because they don't want the gearing process to be slow. Or, sorry, they don't want the gearing process to be too fast. They want the gearing process to be a little bit slower. I actually think it's like a smart thing to make the gearing process a little bit slower. Because that is a huge part of the replayable content, right? Is getting your character geared up. And if you only have 4 slots, like, sure, sure, you would be geared faster. But that's not the only purpose, right? It's like, how do you create replayable content over an extended period of time? Something I actually think they should do more of is instead of trying to, you know, make it more homogenized, they should actually try to make trinkets cooler. I miss the days where trinkets were like super impactful. Like Hellfire Citadel and Tomb had some fucking crazy trinkets. Nighthold had some insane trinkets where I think trinkets should just be overpowered as fuck. I just remember Hellfire Citadel had there was the class trinkets, and there was the Desecrated Shadowmoon Insignia off the Council fight, and there was the Soul Capacitor, and there was the Spinners. Now, for some reason, every damage proc trinket has to be dog shit, and every single spec in the game needs this Gaze of the All-Seer trinket. Like, man, why does 20 out of 20 specs need this passive stat trinket? Why can't we get some cool damage proc trinkets and bring back some class auras where Shadow Priest wants like a Spectral Thurible, even though nobody else in the game wants Spectral Thurible, and Fire Mage wants Personal Prototype Destroyer, or whatever that trinket was from Grothy Worldbreaker. But nobody else in the game wants it. Like, I think that they should do stuff like that. Wait, I just watched your YouTube video. This is outdated? I literally just watched your YouTube video. Wait, what happened? They nerfed this or something? What am I supposed to be doing now? Fighted charge? Yeah, I just don't think it should be, like, passive trinkets. I don't know. It just feels way too... I think that trinkets should be more, like, exciting. Grief Torch? I mean, Grief Torch I think is a good example, but at the same time, Grief Torch I think was also desired by, like, pretty much everybody. I guess it was only melee, but...
From the earth.
Hellfire Citadel had Prophecy of Fear. Yeah, they had the Mana Roth trinket and the, what was that motherfucking Arakoa boss? I can't think of his name anymore. That Arakoa guy. I think his name started with an S. It wasn't Socratar. That was the guy that dropped the soul cap. That guy was OP. Ishkar. Yeah, Shadow Lord Ishkar. What's the fastest method?
This is currently the fastest method to level your Midnight Delve follower. Hey guys, Killix here, the #1 Virgin Collector in North America. Head to the
#1 Virgin Collector is fucking crazy thing to say, by the way.
Grudge Pit inside Herondar. We also have to make sure that we unlock tier level 7. Zone into the delve and check the left and the right side at the entrance directly. Do not engage combat. Just look to see if there are any mislaid curiosities spawned right near the entrance. If there are curios, just loot them. You can check the left and the right side. If there are no curios, leave the delve, re-enter, and repeat. You can create this macro so that when you press it...
This is unfucking believable. What the fuck? Leave delve macro. I'm in. You know what? Say less.
It automatically leaves the delve. You can have anywhere between 0 to 3 total mislaid curiosities spawn. Just repeat this process over and 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 over.
Bro, they gotta bring back fucking dirt farming and Maruk Centaur reputation and Rathian and Sibelian rep and whatever the fuck else. The ring farm. We got... This cannot be it. You like the macro? Yeah, sure. Listen, man. Oh, wait. Why the fuck did run not... What? Fucking Twitch? Oh, there it worked. No, it didn't work. Alright, well, type /run in front of that. Yeah, good luck. You think Feral's a safe pick this tier or play after? I have no idea. Learning to heal? I don't know. Probably later this patch. Months. Lovely. Trying to run scripts in Twitch chat? Yeah. It was Killax's video. How did you find it? Somebody linked it in my chat. Here, I'll link it. For YouTube chat. Is this one? Yeah. I don't know why the fuck that said at Dorky, but it's okay. What's your prediction on the MM Hunter gimmick with the Hydra build? Oh, I have no idea. I didn't know there's some build for MM Hunter that's going to be broken. I haven't heard anything about that.
Precious gifts from the earth.
Epic is 5%. I gotta get more fucking epics. This farm is like 10 to 15 hours. Alright, I think I got about 2 in me, and then I'm fucking done. I think I'm I think I'm good after like 2. What level is your Valeera? 15. You don't multi-shot every, you just single target every pack? Huh. That could be... That could be decent. I mean, I think Marks was pretty good on the beta even without doing bullshit like that. But if it's somehow better than it was on the beta, that spec could be like actually good. Slam Adderall and Dell. Jesus. What are we doing here? We're waiting for Blizzard to add content tomorrow. How fast do you think the Hall of Fame will fill? I don't know. It's 4,000 slots. Is that not a... That's a lot, no? Like, I get that it's mole content, but 4,000 people? That is a mighty large...
From the earth.
That is a mighty large amount. Travel form you nonce.
You like good.
What the fuck's a nonce?
Then find them.
I'm in flight form. Now what? I can't fly. No Mythic Plus tomorrow? Well, there's at least content tomorrow. I'm going to be getting world first normal. Thoughts? Are Boomkins crafting weapons tomorrow, replacing low level pieces? Yeah, I mean, you can just craft a fucking weapon. Wow, this is impressive. My Valeera is now level 16
I'll
after...
be more helpful now.
Huh. This is dumb as fuck. I didn't realize it... Okay, yeah. Dude, I didn't realize that they fucking changed the catalyst until yesterday either. When somebody in my guild mentioned that they added, like, catalyst drops. I think... I don't even know if I didn't know that or forgotten it. Why are you doing this? For my Delve Hall of Fame. Valeera's only 16? Yes, I'm not a mole, man. Like, what do you want?
Too quick to counter.
My Valeera's in combat. I'm out here. Have you got 1600 for the catalyst charge? Well, you don't need 16. You don't. I don't know if 1600 for the catalyst charge actually matters because the content that's available next week is not really content that having your tier set matters for, if that makes sense. Surely Titles of All People isn't sending? I mean, you can fucking craft a weapon. You can craft two-handed weapon right now. It's probably not. Dude, what the fuck else am I gonna craft? Oh my god, it's an epic. We're fucking back. Oh, trying for Delve Hall of Fame? Well, I would have gotten the Delve Hall of Fame last time, probably. I was definitely in the Delve Hall of Fame, but maybe for the wrong reasons last time. I also got Word Up's ass and made him do it too, because I said that it gave him a mid-track piece of gear.
Fucking Tettles. Fuck that guy.
That was funny, yeah. That was good. It's so good that it's also Word Up of all people. Like, God. Yeah, thank you for the sub. Is this worth? I mean... What else am I going to do next week? I'm going to be honest. I don't fly out into the race until the 23rd. So, like... I have raid on... Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday. What else am I going to do? I guess I'm going to fucking try to farm the Delt. What am I in combat with? Like, how? I'm leaving. Farm PvP gear for your 1600? Well, I don't think that actually getting 1600 is relevant. You're not sending your catalyst charge next week anyways. So, and 2KIO is like, what was that shit? Like 5 fucking dungeons or something? 2KIO is like nothing. All 7s. Yeah. Surely you send your catalyst ASAP? So you can farm catalyst charge? Maybe. Maybe you would send it instantly so you can farm catalyst charges, but like... You're gonna wait until the vault anyways. Like, you're not going to want to send a catalyst charge anyways because you're going to want to wait for your vault to actually see what you get. This thing a bug or intended? I don't know, probably fucking intended, but not like this. You only send it if you can create 4-piece. Yeah, I mean, you would send it if you can create 4-piece, but like even still, you still want to. I think you still want to wait for the vault. How's Catalyst Charge work? After you get your 4 set, there's an item that you can loot that gives you additional Catalyst Charges, and you can loot it from End of Delve rewards, M+ dungeons, or raid boss kills. So in theory, I think you can like spam tier 1 delves over and over again to try to get more charges. Is it limited to how many you can loot a week? I mean, it doesn't say anything about being limited. I don't think it is, actually. But you never know. They might cap it. They didn't. There was nothing said about it, really.
Precious gifts from the earth.
Very good chance as a cap? I mean, maybe. That's just speculative, right? I'm not sure. You can hold 8, yeah. So this is the cap 8. They're not very good at communicating their changes. Yeah, clearly they're not good at communicating their changes. When AOTC doesn't... the problem with AOTC is that Midnight Falls isn't released until the 31st. So you can't get AOTC until the 31st. Whereas you can get PvP on the 17th. You can get 1600 Arena rating on the 17th. Or you can get 2K Mythic Plus score on the 24th. So that's why people are looking at PvPing potentially, but I don't think it's... I think that for, like, most people who play the game, PvPing is not relevant. If you are a Race to World First Raider, PvPing is probably relevant. And everybody else is probably not relevant for. Even if you're in, like, a Hall of Fame raiding guild, you're going to want to do Mythic Plus anyways. You're going to want to farm 10s for gear. So, like, you're going to get the 2K IO Catalyst Charge very quickly, almost regardless. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. How hard is 1600 rating? Well, 1600 rating week 1 is normally not super free. I would not describe it as necessarily hard. Like, I think that pretty much 100% of the people that are in a Hall of Fame guild, as long as you're hitting, like, as long as you're, people don't CC you at 1600 still. Although they will. 1600 week 1 can be a little bit high, because I think that typically week 1 people are like 2100 and shit like that. 2300 I think is normally like some of the highest ranks that people will get. Like, it depends on inflation a little bit, but yeah. This is really worth leveling Valeera? Yes, I need all the help I can get. I think that 7s are easier than 1600, personally. I think 7s are much easier than 1600s. They're than 1600 as it turns out, but... Do we get daily resets in M0? Yeah, so we're gonna get daily resets on M0s. Because the season comes out, right? So... How much faster is this than running Delves to level Valeera? I'm not really sure. But it's like if you've ever played OSRS, it's kind of like going into MLM and blast mining. It's just a lot more AFK, and you don't really have to think, so you just get to talk to fucking chat the entire time. So, I don't know, it's kind of nice in that way. I'm not really sure how much faster it is, though. I have no idea. Where do they say daily lockouts in M0? Well, they didn't say it anywhere, but they said that the season started, and then that M0s were being converted from the midnight-only dungeons to the seasonal dungeons. I guess they didn't say, yeah, these are going to be daily lockout, but if they weren't, I'd be fucking shocked. They're supposed to be. The season started, but in theory, they could not. I guess they didn't say specifically, because, again, they don't really communicate anything. Yeah, OSRS mentioned Bat Chest. Didn't they fix it from daily? I mean, War Within was different because, yeah, the way that all the stuff came out in War Within was just different. Because that was off the back of the squish and everything as well. Season Mythic Plus starts on the 24th. So if you're going to look to take PTO, that would be the week that I would take it, if you're going to take it at any time. Is Moonkin the greatest class in the game? Absolutely. A fucking min. Nice question. Oh, no. Champion track is... It's been... So it was previously whatever the veteran equivalent was, and then whenever the squish happened, they decided that they wanted M0s to be a little bit harder but reward a little bit better gear to try to keep M0s relevant for longer. As it turns out, players didn't like that shit, and they complained in Season 1 of the War Within. So then they basically kind of semi-soft undid the squish. And but M0s give champion track gear all the way through. Almost took the 18th off. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna try for the Nemesis Delve guy. You don't like the clips changes? I don't really mind them. I feel like, I don't know. I've been playing with them for months now since I tried them on the beta. I feel like for me it was just like, it felt a little bit weird at first, but the longer I play with it, it's been chill. Since there's a really AFK strat for Valeera farming. This is good. I like this. I don't have to kill any mobs. I call this the pacifist mole man. How are you exiting the delve so quick? Well, I have a macro from a Killax YouTube video. Couldn't stand it. I like how AFK it is. Us druids were pacifists. Can someone post the macro again? Yeah, hold on. Here you go. Put the fucking slash in front of the run. I don't know. Twitch gets really weird about this command shit. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Fun grind, yeah. I'm a fun guy. Blizzard hates this command shit. Or Twitch hates this command stuff, so can't really do anything about it.
Precious gifts from the earth.
Oh my god, I got an epic one. We're fucking back.
Precious gifts from the earth.
As the Season 1 Mythic 0 will go daily, will they drop champion track gear so normal raids are useless? Normal raids are still useful. I mean, they drop... Normal raids drop tier and trinkets. They're useless in the sense that, like... I don't know. They're useless in the same sense that, like, LFR is useless. It just depends on, like, what content you aspire to do. Uses routes into your stealth. Let's see. Bro is farming fucking mounts. Heal. Oh, here we are. The Grudge Pit. Bro was moling out for 9 hours. Holy shit. A beast. What does he go and get? Oh, he gets this one that's like far side? Okay. Alright, we can do this. Yeah, just go around the outskirts? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh my god, the left side's a gold mine, can have up to 5. I saw there's some that are like up here even, but I felt like those are impossible to get. This is a pat. Maybe there's something else. I don't know that thing.
This is for you.
Dude,
I don't think
this cannot be efficient.
Make him.
Getting caught. Getting caught cannot be efficient. Just crush a monster and fucking level by Valeera. This is peak, I think. What's your level of Valeera currently? I don't know, like 16 maybe? Okay, so there's these on the wall. Oh my god. There's infinite on the wall. What the fuck? Okay, I see. I see what you're saying.
Let's
Oh, I'm following now. Okay, I see the vision. It's 10 minutes a level if you lock in. Dude, I have ADHD. What do you want from me? There's no locking in, man. I'm almost level 18. Why is everyone leveling Valeera? Bro, what else is there to do this week? I'm telling you, they gotta bring back Rathian Sibelian rep, Cobalt Assembly reputation farming, the Maruk Centaur rep. What else was there? Dirt. They gotta, man. They gotta bring it back. For next expansion. So that's something to do. Where are my super rares? Yeah, exactly. My Siege on Dragonbane Keep, that was fucking goated too. Is Windwalker worth considering?
I wouldn't cross me if
I feel like
I
Spec's
were
not
you.
doing that much. I mean, if you like Windwalker, yeah, it's worth considering. If you're asking if is Windwalker going to be OP, in my opinion, probably not. Okay, maybe this one's not fun sauce. But at the same time, like, dude, if you like Windwalker, like, I think people can get too caught up in the weeds, trying to play bottom all the time. Like, I think that there's been something that's a little bit lost on people, where it's like, if this is like your favorite spec and you're not gonna have fun playing something else, no need to like really subject yourself to not having fun. At the same time, if you find bottom rerolling to be fun, I'll just do that too. Yeah, I don't think Windwalker's like that likely to be good, frankly. If you're looking for the answer of do I think it's OP or good, I think the answer is likely to be no. But I don't know. It's not gonna stop DS from playing Windwalker. That guy's still gonna fucking play Windwalker. He's still gonna bitch about it, but he's still like not really gonna stop anybody. I'm a Devour main this tier. All right, well maybe he'll stop DS from playing Windwalker. Zugzug. I haven't just got hella fucking buffed. I think there's a chance that Havoc is good. Yeah.
Pleasure is mine.
3 epics in a row. What the fuck? What about me, man? You have to stop with the TFT speak. No, I can't. It's a plague. It could be worse. I could be saying really cringe shit like low Kenually and shit like that. And 6-7. It literally could be worse. But yeah, the TFT speak is a plague for sure.
Bounty from nature. Useful.
6-7. He said 6-7. That's gonna be half the raise columns for Liquid. Well, good news. Dratnos is also gonna be like that on the fucking main broadcast as well, so there's no escaping. Has science determined why TFT is so big with Gen Alpha?
Precious gifts
I don't think
from the earth.
I don't even think TFT. I think TFT's main audience is like somewhere between 22 and 28. I would say is like the average age of the people who play TFT, which is not like it's Fortnite or something. God, I love gambling. Where do I find the broadcast? Twitch.tv/TeamLiquid. I actually think, yeah, I think Mark will be decent in raid. Dragon's gonna bring the Singapore memes. Did you guys see that Quasi started a new YouTube channel? Holy shit. That guy's making, what's that game? Pokopia? Pokopedia? I feel like I'm definitely showing my age here. I don't know what the fuck the game is.
Nature. Useful.
I think you'll be decent in raid. I think I'm gonna be fucking exceptional in raid. Is Liquid broadcasting tomorrow's heroic splits? I don't know if the main broadcast is gonna have splits on. They're not gonna have casters. I know that for sure. They might just do a rebroad on some of the players' streams though. I'm not 100% sure what they're doing with that. 15-year-olds are doing TFT? Dude, yeah. The average age of TFT players is like fairly old. It's definitely younger than like League of Legends players though. So you're dangerously close to unironically saying Pokemans. Okay, I'm not there. Listen, I understand the game franchise. I'm not like my mom. It's like I don't know the game. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it 1 second. What's his new YouTube? Hold on, look. YouTube. Here it is. Delvox. What's his name? Pocopia.
Welcome back, everyone. A lot of my friends started playing Pokopia, and the first thing they tell me is, man, there's so much to do in this game. Where do I start? And so I wanted to make this video to cover the 10 things I do every
The Animal Crossing and Pokemon? Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. As a crossover, like a...
This is for you.
His friends asked him to make that video. His friends on the YouTube comment section, bro.
Now strike. Make haste.
Why is he doing Pocopia? What channel? Why? Well, he got a bit flustered with all of the drama surrounding QUI. Quit World of Warcraft YouTube because WoW players are fucking mean. And then instead of sitting at home doing nothing, he's pivoted. A Quasi bench episode would go hard. Holy fuck. That would be fire. I don't... Dan, that would be fucking heat. I don't think that we're doing that. Bro, I think my brother's smoking weed in my house. What the fuck? Yeah, that guy fought him rerolled. Name start Pocopia. Yeah. Grinding Valeera rep for the memes? Well, no, I'm gonna become a Delve Hall of Famer.
Gifts from
The streets are gonna know me. That way, whenever people say in the YouTube comment section under the bench that Growl and I are not in touch with the average player, I can point to my Delve Hall of Fame as, yes, I do understand mole people. Checkmate. Smoke your shit outside. Amen. Thank you. Hall of Fame is average. Delve content's for the average folk. Makes me more of a commoner, I think. If you're in the Delve Hall of Fame, do you really understand mole people, though? Well, yeah, I mean, I'm Chief Mole, no? I'm king of the moles. The Mole King's Court. Exactly! See? You get it. You're supposed to save the mole people? Dude, I've been trying, but then people get fucking mad whenever I say things like, Delves should be better content than they currently are. And then they say, no, Delves are perfect. Oh no, God forbid. God forbid Blizzard makes content that's better than Delves. Not that Blizzard shouldn't, like, Blizzard should continue to reiterate on Delves. That's my take. And then people are just like, no, this shit's perfect. And then combat. Valeera, you motherfucker.
This is for you. Can't catch us. Bounty from nature. Useful.
10 things you need to do. I thought his thumbnails were actually... There was some power thumbnail, and I was like, ah, this looks like a good thumbnail. What was your Valeera? I don't know, 17 or maybe? 18. Oh my god, I'm actually fucking ramping. My Valeera is gaining levs at an unprecedented pace. Yo, good morning. Turn your particle density to ultra. It is on ultra. And then environment detail to 1. Deal. How much a level do you get per run? I have no idea. I'm no expert in XP farming. I'm just clicking. I'm kind of brain off just clicking, honestly. This is how you, like,
Nature.
how you chop trees in OSRS.
Precious.
The thing, you just turn your fucking brain off. Yeah, that was good enough for me. Are you gonna do any gearing for going to the Nemesis boss tomorrow, or going straight into it? Well, tomorrow, the first thing I'm gonna do is turn my stream on, and then Squishy and I are gonna try to get world first normal on Voidspire. And then after that, I have no idea what I'm fucking do. Feel out the vibes, maybe. Does the Bade's marking macro still work? No, they broke that. There's a different marking macro now. Here, I'll link it. There it is. Oh my god, is that the casual addict? What's up, buddy? Yeah, they gotta fix caustic spatter. It's good. And then they have to unprune subtlety and unprune assassination. That is a good point. Thank you for the raid. They're good, Scott. What was that one? NZXT? That was definitely not the name of the fucking scrolling combat text. It's the name of like a computer company, but like, what NSCT I think was the fucking scrolling combat text that people use like forever. MSBT. Ah. Diaz, no matter what you do, you need one that's in the comically large numbers that China uses. Pit Delve? I don't know. Probably. I don't know if this is necessarily the fastest, but it's certainly the most AFK, which I am a huge fan of. Oh my god. There's 4 over here! Holy... This is unprecedented. Wow. Oh. One more. Epic, epic, epic. Oh, fuck, it was a green. The numbers being bigger makes it... Yeah, you're doing more damn. What's max Valeera level? 45. 45 right now, sorry. It will go higher, but right now it's 45. You think Bear's the tech for the Nemesis? I don't think I'm going to be... I don't think I'd play tank in the Nemesis. That doesn't sound very fun. I think I'll play Moonkin. I'll try Moonkin in the Nemesis no matter what, I think. And then if it's not doable, then I'll start reassessing other potential options. In order to do this? I don't know. The Killax video told me to put it on level 7, so that's what I'm doing. It might be worse XP if it's not on 7. Worth doing this as a duo? I don't have friends, so I'm not sure. Stealing the Hall of Fame slots from the Mole Men. No, I'm not stealing the Hall of Fame slots from the Mole Men. I'm trying to become one of them. It's different. It's like, you know, whatever they make, some school districts make teachers live inside that school district. That way you can become more in tune with the students. That's me. That's me and the moles. It's like undercover boss. Holy shit. That was a good reference. It's like undercover boss. Seven is the best for just looting curios. 4 is the best if you're gonna kill everything. Okay, there you go. But I think looting the curios is just best. Yeah, probably. I don't know. This is way fucking chill. I'm not sure what the best is XP per hour, but the not having to kill things part and just being able to do nothing is really, really, really nice. Why is the mole man doing this? I gotta get the Nemesis boss killed, bro. You need 3 wives and 8 kids for that? Dude. It's crazy. I'm gonna be 30 with 0 wives and 0 kids and 0 relationship. And 1 cat. The hell's the Nemesis boss? It's the question mark difficulty guy. What's this guy's name's Nutella? I don't think his name's actually Nutella, but I think it looks like Nutella. And still washed? Was never even nasty with it. Can't be washed. I was never nasty. At least you have Growl. That's right. I have 2 cats, actually, if you really think about it. You can fix that, get a second cat. That's right.
I'll be more bounty from nature. Useful.
Nutella. Yeah, well, it says Nutella. Not new. That's definitely not how it's spelled. I will not take pronunciation from Europeans. Next question. We won the Revolutionary War. We stake claim to the English language. It's ours now. If you have any further questions, see the Declaration of Independence. I'm Canadian. Well, you have the king on your money, so L. I was about to say the queen, but she's not on their money anymore. Would we have won without the French? I don't know. Probably not, but that's not relevant. That's not how my revisionist history works. we beat you in hockey. You have nothing left. Jesus Christ. Are you excited to rebuild your Ellesmere UI? The fuck do you mean rebuild my Ellesmere UI? No, I'm not excited. What do you mean by that? He's resetting it. What the fuck do you mean he's resetting it? This is the worst news I've heard this week. What does that mean? Where's this Ellesmere Gaming Discord? I'm gonna write him a strongly worded email. Here it is. No announcements. UI updates. Announcement. In 12 hours, Ellesmere UI beta will enter its final day as we prepare for full launch. Please note the following. When you log in with 5.0, the final beta patch cycle, you are required to set all Ellesmere UI settings. This is a full wipe of existing profiles. This motherfucker. I hate Holy Paladins. Because development moves so quickly during beta, many profiles were created during earlier unstable or bugged builds. Those profiles can carry forward issues that are difficult to resolve cleanly and can cause ongoing problems for both users and development. Resetting profiles ensures that everyone starts from a clean slate and a stable foundation. Isn't this what Quasi said, whatever he said, that he was no longer going to be using other add-on creators' fucking code in his thing? It's not a suggestion. It's required. God damn it, Ellesmere. All right, I guess I'm rebuilding my fucking UI tomorrow. Lovely. EUI General. Where can I write a strongly worded email so that my opinions on this reset can be heard? Question mark. I have many thoughts.
Fucking Tettles, fuck that guy.
More stream content, you should be grateful. Okay. You know, Baze, thank you for the sub. 4-hour maintenance into a 4-hour UI rebuild. Dude. Okay.
Fucking Tettles, fuck that guy.
I can't update it immediately. Oh my god, thank you for the sub. Yooped. Baze, how's the how have the thumbnails been coming along, big dog? Is Ellesmere even hit max level yet? That guy... B, C, D, E. 90. Oh my god. He hit 90 yesterday. He literally is raiding with, I think he's raiding with Nascent. And he was, like, 89 as of yesterday. Are you using Ellesmere UI? Yeah. We posted about it in our raid team chat. Dude, he literally just didn't fucking level. It's so fucking funny. It doesn't... Okay. It sounds insane. It really doesn't matter once you start thinking about it. Like, that guy's gonna do more Mythic Plus than anybody else on your raid team. So it's fine. But holy shit, it's funny that he didn't level until, like, the day before the patch came out. A big celebration. How funny is it going to be going to Heroic Raid at 180 item level? I bet you tomorrow he does an M0 swoop with the new champion track gear, and he shows up higher item level than a lot of people who had a full-time job.
Precious gifts from the earth.
I would not be shocked if he actually just outgears people with, like, Shark with a full-time job. Yeah, dude, that guy's been online literally 24/7. That guy's been Darkroom Ellesmere for weeks. Same place the Moonkin feedback goes. In the trash. That's... I'd like to speak to my rep... Is it M0 swoop tonight and get M0? Yeah. It is... It's one of those things that, like, it sounds insane, And then you sit down and think about it for a couple of seconds, and you're like, yeah, it's probably fine. It's really fucking troll, but like... It's not because of extenuating circumstances. Ellesmere just committed his time to this instead. Are you preparing for the Delve Race World first? Yes. I'm trying to become more in touch with my inner mole. Yeah, that guy's been in the Rookery forever. What do you mean Moonkins always get buffed every season? Yeah, Moonkins do always get buffed every season. Right. I think by the end of the War Within, we were like plus 65% on our class aura. We got buffed pretty much every fucking patch for forever. Starfire, but
Precious gifts from
always
the
mid as hell. I think Moonkin's gonna be good this tier. I think that all the fights are designed with a lot of AoE. There is a significant amount of AoE in this raid. So I think that there is a chance that Moonkin is... I don't think stackable. I don't think they're that good. But I think that there is a chance that Moonkin is good. It's the best rogue spec for PvE. Sub. Dragonflight that spread cleave. So that fight's kind of spread cleave. I think Salhadar is probably more spread cleave than that dragon fight. That dragon fight spawns 20 fucking ads that you want to kill within 10 seconds. Moonkin is not the spec at that. Like, I'm trying to log back on my Battle for Azeroth Demon Hunter and press Blood of the Enemy into my Fel Barrage and go and just like parse on the fucking mobs with my Furious Gaze blade dances and shit. And just parse, but like, that's the spec that I want for that shit. Enough AoE that you play EC. So Moonkins have been talking about trying to figure out like what hero talent we actually play in raid. So Elun's Chosen sims about 2% higher on pure single target with some of the builds that people are simming with. At least right now, you know, this could change. Sims are always kind of in flux. But currently, it seems like EC's simming a little bit higher, which is a more stacked cleave profile. We think that you'll play Keeper of the Grove in raid just because it's easier, but we don't really know for sure. Keeper of the Grove is just a lot easier to play.
Looks like someone has a bounty on their head. Anyone care to collect?
Yes, M0 is going to be champion track here. Well, Keeper... No. EC's played Mythic Plus. Keeper's not very good in Mythic Plus. I'm sure of that. As somebody who tested a lot of rounds of Keeper of the Grove and Mythic Plus, let me just say that shit's buns. I tried. Tried a lot, actually. With Barrel and Raid? Yeah, I will not.
Make haste. Now
Do I accept the fact... Is Warlock not going to be good? I think people are looking at Hellcaller Destro with really juicy Chaos Bolts as potentially being good in Raid. That's what people are thinking, but... The problem is, like, it's really hard to tell. Blizzard's throwing around this really big 20% number on some of these specializations, where some specs are going up and down by 20%, and this is an incredibly uncomfortable number because it's hard to fucking know, like, what's about to happen whenever balance thrash is this high. It's very infrequent that we have balance thrash that is 20%, like... Yeah, they nerfed Demo Lock I don't know what it was. I don't know what the number ended up being like on raid encounter, but the number on for Mythic Plus seemed like it was between 10 and 12% overall DPS loss, which means that I think Demonology is still going to be pretty good at Mythic Plus, but definitely not like dominant. Which means in the last 2 patches of the beta, Demo got like a 30% nerf. Something close to 30%.
Bounty from nature. Useful.
What's your current Valeera level? I don't know. When I started this, I was 16. I'm not really sure where I'm at now. 19, almost 20 even. Yeah, I mean, I said this in a video the other day. I actually don't mind. I didn't mind the tuning that they did. Like, I think that the numbers made sense. I don't really appreciate the timing of the tuning. Like, I don't think that this should happen after the expansion has launched. Like, post-launch should be... It's typical that the highest amount of tuning that you see post-launch is like 8%, either up or down. I've never seen something that's north of 10, and we had multiple specs get buffed and nerfed by 20%. Like, that, what was the beta for? That's kind of the question. They also don't have any new data, so I don't know what they're... I don't know where the numbers that they got came from. Again, not that I necessarily have a problem with the numbers, but it's more just the process that they went through this patch, or this beta cycle, was really fucking weird. Just not a huge fan of it. And I do think the game is going to be balanced. So, like, I'm not like really worried about things being super imbalanced or anything like that. That's not relevant. It's more just, again, the process that they took is pretty cringe. I mean, yeah, if I was a DK or a Bear Druid, I'd be fucking mad. Alternatively, I'm fist pumping the fucking air because I was on the nice end of this. I was expecting like 8% aura buff, take it or leave it, your spec is going to be bad.
Fucking Tettles.
And somehow I got a massive buff and my spec is going to be okay. So I'm fucking stoked.
I'll be more helpful now.
They came from a public sim chart stack. I mean, I just refuse to believe that they were simming off, or they were tuning off of that. But I mean, I guess in theory it could be possible.
I don't think so. Too quick to counter.
Yo, Count Z-Bar, thank you for the sub. You looked at updated SimCraft, said okay, 20%. I mean, I don't think that they like fucked anything up. Numbers wise, like I think that the specs are kind of close together. I do think the amount of balance thrash that we've seen is unnecessary. I mean, why didn't this happen 3 weeks ago? I mean, that's just kind of the question that I have. If this happened 3 weeks ago, I would have never said anything. I'd been like, all of this tuning makes sense. It's all completely justified. We're good to go. Maybe they need to buff Warrior a little bit more. That's where I would have landed, right? Like, unironically. But it's more the fact that it happened post-launch in the middle of the expansion, right? Where it's not a PTR build, it's not a beta build, it's like after, it's post-launch. Or Balance Thrash, not tuning turbulence. Balance Thrash is a thing that they use in TFT. Balance Thrash is a thing that they use in TFT terminology all the time, so that's something I picked up from there. That's where that comes from. Something that Mordog talks about all the fucking time. Trying to minimize the amount of Balance Thrash. But like it's real. I mean, being at 80k while other specs are 120k is literally unplayable. Yeah, like the shit that's the point that I was making. Like the numbers were, we knew that there was going to be a massive tuning pass. Like the numbers were just not acceptable. It was completely unacceptable.
Bounty from nature. Useful.
The numbers are better. I don't think they're like perfect or anything, but they're definitely better. This game is so bad. Yeah. That's a Setsuko-ism. Bro, Setsuko lost with 10 Noxus yesterday. Anyway. Can you imagine playing an Arms Warrior and being left in the dust? I mean, Moonkin was in that same spot last patch. I just rerolled personally. Yeah, I don't think this is new. I do think that it being... I do think this experience exactly is new, which is it's annoying, which is why I'm calling it out as annoying. But again, I don't think that what I don't think that what they did numbers-wise was wrong. I just want to make that very, very clear. I don't think that the numbers they selected were necessarily wrong. I think the process in which they took was bad. I mean, 20 out of 27 DPS specs got changed. Is that not fucking crazy?
Precious gifts from the earth.
Doesn't think the numbers were wrong? No, I don't think the numbers are wrong, because now I think that the game is actually way closer to a normal top to bottom delta that you see from like a normal patch.
Useful.
You know, they're probably supposed to buff Arms Warrior again, but then that's top to bottom is probably going to be close. Moonkin's still so low on Sims. I mean, yeah, Moonkin Sims like 105k or some shit like that. 106 maybe. It's like fine. If Moonkin ends up being good this year, it's not because it does insane patchwork single target damage. It's because it does. That's because every fight in this raid is AoE. AoE and spread AoE is like really common. No, Moonkin. Yeah, that's why whenever I was talking about it the other day, I was like, Moonkin's not gonna be like. It's like if anything, I think it's gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna be like stackable or broken or anything like that. I think it's just gonna be good. Perfectly playable. Yeah, no. I mean, but that's patchwork single target in a raid in a raid that has a lot of AoE, and then of course a lot of people do Mythic Plus, and I think it's gonna be good in Mythic Plus. Thoughts on Dev and Destro? Dev looks like it's actually gonna be quite good in the raid. A little bit less good in Mythic Plus. Everything I've seen from it in Mythic Plus makes me think that it's like pretty average. Worse than Og, I think, in Mythic Plus. Destro was like one of the highest AoE DPS, but like pretty bad single target. But now they made Hellcaller Destro do some pretty juicy Chaos Bolts, and I think the people are whispering about Destro could potentially be good in the raid. What the streets are saying, but you never really know. The race roll first players are just gonna fucking show us what all to play anyways, especially in the raid. The raid is like the thing with raiding is 12 of your slots are locked down, and then 4 to 5 of your slots typically are locked down to really OP shit that you end up noticing is OP almost immediately. And so then you're only picking actually like 3 slots. 3 or 4 slots. So it's like the 16th through 20th slot are the only thing that's even available to be tinkered with in any actual capacity. Sometimes it's even less. Sometimes it's like the 18th, 19th, and 20th slot. I think Demo's still gonna be good, yeah. Is Moonkin still floor POV? No, they buffed. So they changed damage intake a little bit to where it's a lot more gradual and you're a lot more reliant on your healer, which is good for Balanced Druid because we were already reliant on our healer, except for the fact that no other spec in the game was actually reliant on their healer, so we just kind of got dusted. I remember I did a queue with Sin on my Druid last season, and he goes, bro, you take more damage than anybody else I've ever fucking seen, and I logged off that spec and never did another dungeon on it for the rest of the season, so that retired my Moonkin. I was pretty fucking pissed about that. So Moonkin got an additional defensive button to press, while also getting one pruned, but the one that we got pruned was dog shit, and the one that we got added is actually good. And damage is now slower, where most other specs around us got less. We got a very small amount more, so I think that Moonkin's going to be better off, especially compared to the rest of the field. Bear form is less good in my opinion,
Bounty from nature. Youth.
but that's not super relevant. Bear form's less good because one-shots aren't really a thing, but who cares?
Precious.
What are you farming now? Valeera rep. I mean, the thing with Unholy DK that I was the most surprised about. So when typically, especially post-launch, when Blizzard does tuning, they don't really tune with the intent of actually disrupting the meta. So like, it's one of those things that like I would have expected Unholy DK to have stayed the best DPS in Raid and competitive in Mythic Plus. So I was kind of thinking like, oh yeah, maybe a 10% damage nerf or something like that. But they actually just like knocked them to be, you know, top 75%, as opposed to still being the top dog, which is, and I think that they actually made them worse in Mythic Plus, because I don't think their AoE in Mythic Plus was really anything super notable. I think their AoE in Mythic Plus was like good but not OP. So yeah, now Unholy's in a, I mean, it's like good. I think it's gonna be good in Raid, and I think it's gonna be good in Mythic Plus, but it was pacing to be the best. And so I think it was just surprising to see them actually nerf it out of that top spot. It's really uncommon. Basically, no brew change is criminal. I mean, this. I think that this just proves how Blizzard views tanks. I mean, Dorky made a really good video about this. Blizzard doesn't really know what to do with tanks, and something that you need to know about tanking in general is that the only thing that Blizzard's ever really going to tune with tanks is their ability to be able to do damage, which is flawed, because tank damage is fucking irrelevant. And yeah, pretty much that's pretty much it. Tank damage is irrelevant, and Blizzard doesn't really have good metrics to figure out whether or not like what does tank survivability look like. It's not something that you can even like, you can't sim for that. It's like a vibes-based metric, and also like tuning survivability is just not something that Blizzard's in the business of normally.
Be quiet.
Troll was playing Master of Harmony whenever we were doing beta dungeons with him, so like he might have to swap his hero talent. But yeah, Troll also does carve his own path in terms of like his builds and shit that he does. And I think that Kira wasn't even playing Master of Harmony. I think Kira was already playing Shadowpan. So I think that like if it was like already marginal and that build took a nerf and the other one didn't, you'll just play the one that didn't take a nerf, right? Should Valeera too? I don't know. Let's look. 20. I don't think Blizzard should be looking at Sims. 30%, 30k more than Sprees for the nurse. Dude, I got out DPS by Trell on a the first boss of Skyreach. I actually lost to Trell. It's like a single target boss that's, I would describe it as medium high movement. I got out DPS by him on that boss twice. Shit is terrible. I was not happy. What level do you want to end? I don't know. I mean, in theory, 45. I'm not getting my Valeera up that high because that sounds like misery. I'm gonna end whenever I'm done, I think. Whenever I'm like mentally just done with it. Blizzard 100% has their own Sims. What do you mean 100%? Source from where? Like, do we have any reason to believe that Blizzard actually has their own internal Sims? Yo, what's up, Faye? Hey, Lena, what's up? Nice hoodie, thank you. I think that looking at tank damage is really futile. It's kind of like healer DPS in a way, where tank DPS is really stupid. You have people telling one another to wear puzzle box and shit like that, Whenever, in reality, the best thing that you can do as a tank is never die,
From the earth.
ever. Like, have 100% survivability rate. And then if you want to maximize your like damage after that, it's fine. The problem is, like, the moment that you actually start tanking hard content, you're not wearing a fucking puzzle box. Like, it doesn't really matter what the sims say. Like, the moment that you start tanking a real Mythic Plus level, or the jailer gets summoned in front of you, or Sire Denathri starts pushing your shit in, like, you're not wearing a puzzle box. Like, I can't imagine what anybody's guildmaster would say if your tank is just dying trying to parse. Like, that would just be... The conversation that goes on there is like, bro, stop. So that's why I think tank theory crafting is, like, really weird.
Bounty from nature. Useful.
Surely. I mean, I raid with the rank 1 protection warrior in the world every single season, and that guy gets rank 1 parses without using cringe fucking trinkets, so clearly it's doable. Like, I just don't, yeah. I think Dev will be, in the raid. Both of the, I think, DPS evokers, I think all 3 of the specs for evoker actually look pretty decent. Tanks don't take damage in raid, so why not go for DPS? What you're describing, though, is tanks tanking something that's trivial. Which is fine, but why is the theory crafting for your role based around doing something that's trivial? Right? Why shouldn't the theory crafting be around doing something that's hard? Like the Moonkin theory crafters right now, we're trying to figure out what hero talent you're going to play in raid, where one of them sims like 2% higher, but it's harder to play. And so we're trying to like
Bounty from nature.
vibe-based evaluate like which one you should be looking to play. But for some reason, tanks just always opt into more DPS no matter what. Whereas I think the #1 rule for tanking should be never die ever. Like, it should literally be the #1 rule is don't die. XP per minute? I have no idea how much XP per minute is. I could make up a number, but it would just be made up. We're trying to save ourselves from playing EC. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't really... But I think that we understand it's like... It's a balancing act between trying to figure out what actually sims the highest, but also just what makes the most sense whenever you're actually playing the content. And I think if you just like look at too many numbers and you're not doing enough of the content, I think you could just kind of get lost in the sauce a little bit and not realize that, oh, this shit is not tenable. You can't even do this, right? Until you actually stroll up and you start trying to cast this, like, I don't know, if say, Puzzle Box I think is a good example. Like,
From the earth.
the moment that you get one shot by the jailer, you realize that you can't even wear Puzzle Box and all of this theory crafting is moot. Do you remember the Vintage Team Hunter people saying you shouldn't play Grip and Mythic Plus just because you could just position mobs better? Dude, I remember the fucking Blood Decay people in at the end of Shadowlands shitting on both Now and Karasis about their choices for trinkets whenever both of them were just playing more defensively minded trinkets because they prioritized survivability more and they were getting clowned. Is that not the craziest thing you've ever heard? The no chains build in Mythic Plus was also troll. if you were like decent at Mythic Plus, you always played chains. Like, that was also just grief. Or Shadow Priest trying to get away without playing Interrupt. Like, god damn it, man. Like, that's not a thing. Like, sure, if you're in a MDI team and you have all of your kicks fucking assigned in advance, like, sure, maybe you can get away without playing kick, but like, please, man, talent your motherfucking Interrupt.
Precious gifts.
Yeah, I'm leveling Valeera for the Hall of Fame. Hashtag no chains. No cheat death trinkets. I remember there was seasons. I mean, I'm sure Divine remembers these. Shine remembers these clearly. Where Divine was getting made fun of for wearing a fucking cheat death trinket, and he was just like, "Yeah, no, I just prefer the survivability increase over the 1% damage gain." It's like, you know what? That's pretty valid. If you fucking lose your tank in the MDI, you just lost the entire tournament. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. That forgot to respec. Well, I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, there was season 1 of Dragonflight. Moonkin Interrupt was like a 5% damage loss, and I talented Interrupt in every single Mythic Plus dungeon that I did until they reworked our talent tree. Even though it was a 5% damage loss, I'm like, dude, I can't play this dungeon without a fucking kick. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it's even ridiculous. Like, in my mind, it's even ridiculous to even start to think about like playing without a kick in a dungeon.
Make haste.
Like, even if you don't need it, like, hypothetically you don't need it, that's the best case scenario. You'd rather have it than not. That didn't make any sense. For 11s? I mean, you could probably do 11s at any level of Valeera. It depends on you. People also understand that the concept of cheat death is a DPS game for both tanks and DPS. Yeah, I mean, dude, if your tank can do more aggressive pulls, I think this is also lost on people. Like, if you're just like looking at numbers too much, the moment your fucking tank dies, your run ends. Like, and I don't know if people really recognize that. Oh shit. Browser closed. Be one of the first 4,000 players in your region to defeat Nutella and his lair. Not having a kick by default is Blizzard's fault? Okay, I mean, you're right. I'm not going to argue that. That is Blizzard's fault. At the same time, like, that's not... Like, even though Blizzard trolled you, you should still talent it. It shouldn't be a choice, but, like... Is there even a T in that guy's name? No. I could call him Nautilus. Do we know where the lair is? I have no idea.
Bounty from nature. Useful.
But yeah, it does allow you to play greedier, like Ashine said too, which is like a huge deal. Like, your tank is able to play free of the worry. Like, they know that there's a backup plan, right? So it allows you to just play a little bit more fast and loose and play a little bit more free, because you know that if you accidentally take a couple of back shots while you're gathering, the run doesn't just end on the fucking spot. So you can just play a little bit faster, which is... I think gathering a trash pack faster is a way bigger damage gain than anything else. Like, if you can get a trash pack gathered 2 seconds faster, that almost equates 1-to-1 to 2 seconds saved on the timer, which is so much DPS. Phrasing? Oh, I meant what I said about back shots. The fast and loose back shots are deadly. Tells us an expert on taking back shots. Kegels was a fucking menace. That guy... I think he went places that no Brewmaster Monk had ever gone before or since. But Blackhawk Statue's OP and you were trolling? Well... I was trying to learn how to play, and... Yeah, that's pretty much it. I was just trying to learn how to play. I wasn't trying to get handheld by Blackhawk Statue. I was doing a 14, and honestly, I should have just been better. A 14 should be trivial content relative to the gear that I had, and I should have just been better. Every single time I died, it had nothing to do with Blackhawk Statue or anything. It was 100% due to the fact that I fucking suck. And while Blackhawk Statue could have made me die less, that wasn't relevant for what I was trying to do.
Bounty from nature. Useful.
Because I wasn't being, like, only results-oriented, right? Called Trust the Process. We should do a collab with the Burnt Peanut. I'm in. I don't know what my VTuber would be, though. Max level for Valeera 45. Right now, at least. It's like seeing your healer in cat form when damage event is going out. Dude, I mean, yeah. Somebody the other day was telling me, they're like, I don't really like DPSing as Resto Druid in cat form. I find that shit annoying. I was like, I'm going to be honest. Until you're actually competing in the MDI, nobody is looking at healer DPS, especially in your group, as long as you kept everybody alive. Like, nobody's looking at healer damage as the reason that you depleted a key. The moment that your group starts looking at fucking healer damage for the reason they depleted the key, it better be cure a tank television, or you need to find a better group because they're doing low DPS and they're blaming you. It makes a difference. I mean, if you buff Mark of the Wild, it's a fucking way bigger damage gain than your ability to actually hit your damage globals as a healer. I think it's overestimated how much time it actually saves you. I think the moment that you actually start, like, it's the same as like damage potions. Like, damage potions are nice, but if you start looking at how much time they actually save you, it's like 0.2 seconds per damage potion. No, maybe even less. 0.1 seconds per damage potion pressed per person, which, like, over the course of the entire dungeon, yeah, sure, that's a handful of fucking seconds saved, but, like, it doesn't actually cut off any time. And I think that that's kind of the... you would be better off if your tank gathered at any singular trash pull 10 seconds quicker than your healer doing a little bit more DPS. That's just my point. It's like, your tank's ability to gather is something that's arguably more underrated than anything else. Did you craft? No. I'm waiting to craft a two-hander. Isn't the point that damage potions clear dangerous packs faster, though, so it's more valuable than that? I mean, you're talking about, like... Yeah, in theory, yeah, maybe. I was talking about this the other day, like, the damage differential between Bloodlust and Drums in terms of, like, a pure time save. And I think that the number on the actual time save is low. The problem is that the vibes are horrible if you're actually pressing Drums as opposed to pressing Bloodlust. So I don't know if you're ever going to get away from somebody having a Lust in a group, because the vibes are fucking terrible. But from a pure DPS perspective, it's probably... There might be a comp this season that's like no Lust. Although Mage is... Mage is good, so might not be a thing anymore, but yeah. Lust is a weird example. I mean, Lust... You can calculate everything to DPS. Everything can be calculated to DPS, which can then be converted to seconds saved based on effective damage versus combat time. It's all just like, you can math it all out.
Precious gifts from the earth.
40 seconds versus 48 seconds on a pull is a big difference on some pulls. Yeah, of course. But the opportunity cost isn't not... I don't think it's 8 seconds on those individual pulls. Drums versus Bloodlust itself. I think that the number is a lot smaller. But there are certainly situations in which it would have saved a wipe. Certainly. But more than anything, I think Lust is just horrible fucking vibes. To the point where people feel just god-awful about it, so you're never gonna...
Be quiet.
I actually think more people lose more time to pathing. Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know what a Shine thinks about this, or if he's still here. But I think that, like, your tank just fucking standing around not pulling the pack faster is probably the biggest time save that you can have in any individual dungeon. Like, I feel like every tank you play with just, like, sits there buffering, waiting, and I'm just like, dude, pull the fucking pack. Come on now. Chop, chop. It's massive, and even MDI TGP, it's one of the biggest differences between the teams, yeah. Coffer keys tomorrow? I have no idea. Are coffer keys even a thing anymore? If you can save 5 seconds per transition pull, yeah, holy shit. That is that is a massive time save. Which is why you see the top teams in the MDI like, dude, what's the moment that the pull is over, their tank is like fucking gone, and he's just like gathering the next pull. That guy's gone. It's weird because it's... I think I would argue that DPS is almost a little bit overrated in Mythic Plus. Even though it can be valuable. Like, it's obviously valuable. But I think that people believe that the only way to speed up a dungeon is just do more damage. When in reality, the largest time saves typically don't come from just doing more damage. Lightfoot potions? Dude, I mean, I remember in... whenever I competed in the MDI and Legion, we were trying to figure out, like, what potions to use. And I started running the numbers on potions of prolonged power and realized that they were, like, a 0% damage gain. Like, they were very small. I think it was, like, 0.1% damage gain per potion used. So... Or not 0.1%, but they were 0.1 seconds saved per potion used. And the moment that I did the sims and realized how small of a damage gain they were, we fucking slammed Skystep, like, pretty much on CD. Like, we immediately were like, oh, this is actually not useful to use, and we just slammed fucking Skysteps on CD from then on out. So you find a tech that skips minutes? Yeah. What's the easiest delve to reach level 7? I don't really know. I just did Calamity to reach 7, but I'm not sure what the easiest one is. Skystep was fucking insane. Yeah, that potion was bananas. I think that they should have... Oh, I forgot to post my show notes in my podcast Discord. One moment. One moment. I think that they should have utility potions on their own on their own cooldown. That'd be cool. Do I send the veteran crests? You can craft with some of the veteran crests. You can craft like blue pieces and put a piece like an embellishment item on them. So you can do that, and I think that that's good for like heroic week, for like day 1 heroic week rating. Same time, it's not super relevant. Beyond that, yeah, you can just fucking rip your veteran crest. That shit doesn't matter.
Bounty from nature. Useful. Bounty from nature. Useful.
All the XP canisters are in one room. Yeah, this is nice. This is a nice XP farm because it's really AFK. And I'm already level 22 Valeera. Wow. Can someone explain what we're doing here? I'm farming my Valeera reputation because... Well... About 29... A little bit over 29 years ago at this point, my mom, whenever she was pregnant with me, took Tylenol. And so since then, I've been interested in things like trains and World of Warcraft and video games and stuff like that, and Pokemon, and leveling my Valeera, I think, also falls in that same category. And so I'm trying to get my Valeera up to level 45, so that way tomorrow, when the Delve Nemesis boss comes out, I'm going to have a 0.1% competitive advantage against her. So that way I don't die 200 times on stream again and jump out of my window in utter embarrassment. What's the autistic way to leave the delve so fast? Well, there's a macro, of course. Because we have to optimize everything. Goon P has challenged you to a duel. Oh, I think that duel was won long ago by me, I fear, Goon P. That's the macro. You can just right-click your portrait and leave delve? Well, but that's a That's a time loss.
Precious gifts from the earth.
We have to min-max everything. Yeah, that's 2 clicks, bro. That's... Yeah, like, wake up. Yeah, be for real. I can't wait for the new Delve boss to be pushover. Yeah, the new Delve boss is either going to be a pushover, which in that case, I leveled my Valeera for nothing, or it's going to be impossible, which in that case, I leveled my Valeera for nothing. It's going to be one or the other, I feel it, in my bones. There's no other choice, because I had to do this.
Nature. Youthful.
Delve boss coming out tomorrow? Yes. I didn't know were possible. Have you ever played old school RuneScape by chance? Because let me just tell you, those are our people. We have many a people in that community. How else are people supposed to know that you're cool besides being able to get the Delve Hall of Fame? No answer. Are you guys casting normal and heroic splits? Nah. We're not flying out until the 23rd. Thank God. If I had to cast heroic splits, I think Dratnos and I would be like delirious by day 3 or some shit. Dude, Dratnos and I... So we normally do like a pre-race like prediction show for our daily recap series. Dude, we're gonna have so much shit to actually talk about this tier. It's gonna be goated. We're gonna talk about mythic splits and the release cadence and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna be sick. It'd be fun for us, dude. All you gotta do is get Dratnos and I to cast the first shift of the day and the last shift of the night, and have us raid through the middle of the night like we did back in whenever we worked for Echo. That's how you get us at peak delirium. That's how we go fucking crazy at 9 a.m. every day. That was insane. It was like every morning as well. We'd wake up, we'd do the Rockat recap, and then we'd just be fucking cooking at 9 a.m. Oh God. I won't look at chat. I can't look at chat. I think. This looks like it's a land border. This looks like it's water. But I don't know what this would be. It's not like Tunisia. It's not like Venezuela. I don't think it's Guyana or French Guyana. I don't think it's Suriname. What does B? Costa Rica? Nicaragua? Something like that, maybe? Could be. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, none of those. Guess I'll just go like Nicaragua. Oh my God, wrong fucking continent even. Where am I? Asia? Is it like Singapore maybe? I'm close either. What is this? It's probably not Nepal. Although, I guess I could guess that. Is it one of the stands, maybe? Nepal. I'm just guessing Nepal. Oh, it's in the Middle East? What is this? Kuwait? What country is this? It's not the UAE. It's not Qatar. Is it Yemen or Oman, maybe? What fucking is this? No. I think Well, I got it. I don't feel especially proud about that. UAE makes a lot of sense. UAE. I think I thought it looked different. Yeah, I guess I just thought it looked different.
Precious gifts from
Who did
the earth.
Zimbabwe? Yeah. Ethiopia. Tanzania. Mozambique. Alright. Redemption. I think I've redeemed myself. When's that coming out? Tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. And it is aimed at tips and tricks for all the dungeons, yeah. Dryness and Stakelings. Holy fuck, yeah. Yeah, that was cooked. I got bullied a lot in that trio as it turned out. That was crazy. GeoGrid?
Quick to counter.
I don't even know what that is. I do the map tap, though. Roswell, New Mexico. Isn't that where Area 51 is? Oh, fuck, I was in Arizona. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. St. Paul, Minnesota. Chicago, maybe St. Paul's, and maybe like here. Right? Hanover. I actually don't know where this is in Germany. Here, maybe? Was north. Oh. Berlin's like here, I think. Hamburg's like here, I think. Maybe? The Wulong Nature Reserve in China. The fuck is this shit? Dude. Mozambique's like here. Actually, Kenya's here. Tanzania's here. So Mozambique is like here, I think. I have no idea. Fucking. Oh no. I'm literally at the bottom. I was in Mozambique. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I think I got griefed. Alright, GG. Yeah, Mozambique is tall as fuck. Yeah, I got griefed. It's okay. I was in the country. I think that's good enough for me. I have to guess pull count? Oh, God.
Precious gifts from the earth.
For me, Valeera XP do anything? No, not really.
Let's talk.
It gives me content? Yeah, it gave me a reason to stream today. Like, what else was I gonna fucking do? Lay on my couch?
Bounty from nature. Youthful.
I got done prepping for the bench, and that was pretty much it. Yeah, like, what was I gonna do? Yeah, pet dog, yeah. GeoGrid gives criteria, gives you a country that matches it on a 3x3 grid. It's like, yeah, I play Flag Doku sometimes, and that shit's fucking hard. I almost typed GeoGrid WoW. Holy fuck, I think my mind is corrupt. I literally almost typed GeoGrid WoW. Like, holy fuck. Corruption perceptions index over 40. I thought El Salvador was Guatemala. The fuck would I guess for this? Not Mexico. Honduras. I don't think Mexico's even that bad. Do they even count as North America? They're north. They're part of the continent. Try. There's Central America. That's not a continent. That's not a continent. Nicaragua, I guess. Belize or some shit. Like, I have no idea. Are you fucking kidding me? What is Cuba? Fucking. Start fucking guessing. Well, I guess, like, almost every country in Central America. You want tech to be faster? What do you got? I think Cuba is part of North America. I think Cuba is part of North America. Like the continent. I think most of the Caribbean island nations are, as a matter of fact. Is Hawaii part of NA? Yeah. What else would they be part of? Oceania or some shit? I don't really know what those... Yeah.
Bounty from nature. Useful.
That looks like a treasure out in the distance. Don't miss this.
Take a gander at this. I'm not streaming our DMs. I'm legally not allowed to. Hold on. He said, do not stream our DMs, but I can share it with chat. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what he's saying to do. Okay, so first off, I procced a better macro. You can also use the interact keybind instead of clicking. Just walk up to the object and press the keybind. You can also make... What the fuck? My interact with mouse over keybind is Alt G, so it might be better to just click. Yeah, I procced a better macro. You don't have interact bound, I do. Oh. Can I just one-hand this shit? That ruined... That didn't... Damn it. Same me. Yeah. We're delve maxing. There we go. Alt G. Dude, that's my interactive... I mean, that was my fucking... Don't accidentally warlock gate bind for like forever, right? And then that got migrated to Control C or something. Straight up. Get back in there. It makes the delve sound. That's fucking hilarious. I left on accident. That is good. That's really good. Oh shit, I'm so fucking stupid. Why'd you put them in the same macro? Because I'm a fucking idiot. What do you think, man? I did run that C-bar, yeah. That thing's just generically kind of useful. You get bored enough to farm this? Oh, well, he got told by Sense yesterday that he was gonna, or 2 days ago, that he was gonna need to get his Valeera up, and then I think Evade says something like, "Oh no, that," or you guys, I can't remember exactly what fucking Evade said. It was like,
gifts from the earth.
"Oh joy," or some shit, and I think he just fucking did it. It makes the arc wider. Mongolia. What? Ulaanbaatar is like 10 million people, so that was... What's a big one without a bunch of people in it? I thought Mongolia was... I thought it was cooking. Democratic Republic of the Congo? Oh no, that's... I lost! This shit sucks. Kazakhstan. Corruption Perceptions Index over 40%. Canada counted? You fucking kidding me? Canada counts? Are you fucking kidding me? I feel like I got fucked.
Precious gifts from the earth.
I feel like Mongolia's population density is hella low. Doesn't it only have like 12 million people in the country or something? Mongolia population. Oh, they're not above 5 million people. I thought the Ulaanbaatar only had like 10 million people. Oh, fuck. I mean, I lost. That's why it didn't count. This is like, it didn't make any fucking sense. Oh, well, GG, I guess. Learning. That was mole content. I'm ramping. I'm not going for 45 Valeera. I'd rather do anything else. Mongolia's 3 million total. Yeah, I figured that out. Unfortunately, I feel like that was a good guess. Landlocked between Russia and China has to suck. Yeah, maybe. Level for Y? I gotta kill Nutella within the first 4,000 people on NA. She's gonna help me out. She's gonna help me out get my Delve Hall of Fame. Ellismere still hasn't responded to my request to speak to a representative. The Dell thing should be available tomorrow. Does it count if she's 45? I mean, I don't know. You're kind of close to 45. I think you're still valid, Terathal. I think because you're 45 doesn't mean you're dead. It just means you're old. How competitive do you think it's going to be? Not very. I think 4,000 people, that's a lot of fucking people in my opinion. It's functionally dead. You probably doesn't appreciate your tone. I know. I think it'll be a lot harder than people. Well, I mean, I think Kaiveza would have been. The only one I did was Kaiveza, and I think if the Kaiveza one was fairly popular, even among like pretty high end players to just fuck around and try. And I think that 4,000 people in a region, it's notable that it's region wide. Like that is a lot of fucking people. Like.
Bounty from nature. Youthful.
Rewards for myth track loot. Well, that was just a good bit. Yeah, like it could be piss easy. It could be literally impossible. It's hard to really know. Spell reflect. Yeah, lovely. Wasn't Zekfir impossible? Like, didn't Zekfir have some damage check that made it literally impossible without, like, myth track level gear and shit? Because I said it gave myth gear. I think I got called a twat by Word Up for it.
Youthful.
Those people said it was impossible. You were... Listen. You were not a good litmus test for what normal people are going to do in their fucking delve. You were literally one of the first, like, 5 people to complete the fucking mage tower ever. Like, you might have been the first person to ever complete the mage tower and shit like that. Like, I don't know if your experience is really representative. Or, like, you might have been the only prot warrior to fucking complete it for, like, weeks and weeks and weeks. And then they ended up fucking nerfing the tank one. Yeah, not impossible.
Precious gifts from the earth.
Dude, you ever seen rank 2 and rank 4 of the Delve season journey? I have no idea. I don't know anything about Delves, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really look at it too much. But yeah, I think that it's like... Yeah, it's definitely... It wasn't impossible, which I think is the important thing, right? As long as it's, like, doable, I think that that's fun. The moment that it's, like, actually impossible, that's when it no longer becomes fun. Like, even if it's hard but doable, that's when it's fun. Season dungeons, sorry. Yeah, we get season dungeons this reset. Cloth checked. Yeah, also getting class checked is not very fun either, but...
Too quick to counter. I'll take care of them. Can't catch us.
Like, I think pretty clearly Kaiveza was much fucking harder for me because I was doing it as a balance druid. At the same time, it was doable, right? So the journey was very, very fun.
Bounty from nature. Youthful.
Does Delve Boss come out? Should come out tomorrow. US 821st? Is that right? Is that the actual number? How do you even fucking have that?
Precious gifts from the earth.
Leaderboard on data for Azeroth? Is that world? Or is 8 US 800? Oh, let me know. Yeah, I mean, dude, so there has to be 3,000 more people after me that do it, which is, yeah. Cool, Del Boss didn't melee. Yeah, getting fucking melee to death was my tilt, because I'm on a fucking Moonkin and I'm not really durable enough to actually tank it. World leaderboards completion score data for Azeroth. I mean, the 23rd. What would you just look at? Achievements or something? How do you even do this? Is that the Lara TV? The one that's got the cat that looks like my cat? Ah. Fuck, what? Why is he leveling Valeera? Vibes. For the achievement. More. Did I say more? Oh, probably this one, right? Iveza, employee of the month. And then you can just filter by US. Was it 800th something? This is gonna be a long fucking time. Oh. How would you even fucking find that? You say it was? Dude, the sussy? Dude, I'm not doing the fucking sussy. Oh my god, wait, Thor Loser. Wait, I didn't do it on Thor Loser, but yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's definitely not the character I killed it with, but yeah, that was good enough. That's crazy that it says my fucking ult. What about 8,000? Okay, so I did it on the 9th. Or 4,000. On the 22nd. So like 4 weeks or something. Link? Oh yeah, here you go. Where's Sense? Oh my god, Sense did it 8th. Where's Evade? Evade. Oh, I didn't know about for a while. Oh, I got you. Sense fucking farmed the shit 8th. Well, this guy might be the GOAT. Oh, World. World 8th, too. I did it on day 1, even. Crazy. Spell Reflect cheesed it. What class did it first? Let's see. It's a DK. Which is impressive because you could Spell Reflect cheese it at the very beginning. Maybe this is no Spell Reflect cheese. Nah, there's no.
from nature. Useful.
A tanky melee? Yeah. Dude, getting meleeed by delve mobs actually makes that shit so fucking miserable. How much XP do you get per run? I don't know. You think Ellie's the best caster? I think Ellie's quite good. Achievement says the 6th. It might be in like GMT or some shit, where your achievement's in local time or LA data center server time or some shit. Ellie's best caster for what? Devour Demon Hunter. I'm in. Dratnus. It comes. Ellesmere's not a caster. Ellesmere just makes a fucking UI out of him, man. The end of the week? That would be weird. Although I think it's weird as fuck that Hall of Fame is available. To bring Ellesmere out of the rookery. Dude, he made it to max level yesterday. Impressive. It only took him... He only bought early access, and then it took him 2.5 weeks. The Bullman Hall of Fame. Yeah, that guy's at the Hall of Fame, I think. For other reasons. What's my Valeera at? 23? When am I fucking done with this shit? I'm probably getting close. I'm probably close to over this. All the way to 45? Absolutely not. I just wanted it not a level 15 Valeera. Imagine the fucking Nutella comes out and I have to come back and farm my Valeera rep. That would be so fucking funny. Jailer's Gauntlet?
Breathe deep.
Fuck.
Can't catch us.
Does that website work for that? Can you see who did that shit? Probably Sanghelios or some bullshit. More. Shadowlands races. They don't have it. Is this really fast in completing the delve? Yeah. What is the Jailer's Gauntlet? It was the boss rush Torghast thing. I think it was like 11. It was like the 11 stage boss rush Torghast thing. I can't remember how many stages it actually was. 11 sounds wrong. I think it was like 6 or something, but checked out that expansion. Oh yeah, that expansion fucking sucked. Stage boss rush. I don't know how many stages it was. I can't fucking remember. It's been like 6 years and I wasn't that into it. I did it. I think I always wiped on the last floor and never completed it. Like, I did it in the sense that, like, I tried it. But yeah, similar to Sense, I think I was addicted to teamfight tactics at that point in time. That was cool. I thought that... all right, you know, I'll go to bat. I'll go to bat for the Jailer's Gauntlet. I thought the Jailer's Gauntlet was fucking sick. I thought it was way cooler than what Torghast was. Like, just generically. I don't think Torghast is particularly good, but I thought the Jailer's Gauntlet was good. I'll defend it. Like your long form content? Dude, you're gonna love that fucking raid video then. That video is... That video is good. It's interesting because like I went super in depth on like most things, but I actually feel like I could have gone even further in depth. But it would have been 6 hours. Like, it would have been insane. That... So I, you know, some shit had to get abridged at the sake of time. I think I could do 1 hour just on Sephiler. The unedited 12-hour version now. There's no unedited version. I think I could slam like an hour-long Sephiler though. I definitely cut a lot of shit from that raid just because like that raid was ridiculous. The Tettle's cut, yeah. Method W2 mentioned. Oh yeah, so I didn't. Yeah, I didn't mention that Liquid like fucking stopped raiding. I didn't mention why Halandros was hard. I didn't mention the early shift getting world first Vigilant Guardian. I didn't mention Lorgok and JPC not getting their tier sets and JPC getting locked out of the venue. There was like just like I would say a lot, but there was like some stuff that certainly could have been included that I cut for the sake of, holy shit, this video is going to be long, and I only wanted it to be 2 hours, and somehow it ended up being 3 hours. And that was with me intentionally trying to cut stuff out. So, yeah, no, that was good. But yeah, I could do like an hour-long video just on that. There was also, Liquid elected to... I think it was 5 heal Rygalon and Echo 4 heal Rygalon, or maybe it was 3 heal versus 4 heal. I can't remember the exact numbers. I think it was 4 and 5 from memory, but and people didn't know if it was actually killable 4 healable, but people also didn't know if the damage check was doable without double legendaries as a 5 heal. And as it turned out, both of them were barely fucking doable. That was the craziest shit ever. Yeah, and then they both said that the other one's strat was impossible to kill it with. Yeah, that was... What percentage of the interview footage did you use? Almost 100%. I tried, with the interview stuff, I tried to come with, like, alright, here's how I, like, pitched it to pretty much everybody. Yo, can I get, like, 10 minutes of your time just to ask you a couple of questions about Race to World First history? Because I didn't want it to be, like, this, like, long, drawn-out thing where I'm just, like, taking up these people's time. So I just came prepared with, like, a couple of very specific questions, and then edited it into a specific part of the video intentionally. But yeah, I think I could redo Sephiler. I think I'm going to redo Sephiler at one point and just make it like an hour-long video just talking about like everything that fucking happened in that raid. Because I think that raid and Nyalotha, I think, were the 2 raids that got the most shit cut out just for the sake of time. Like Nyalotha, I think I just... I don't want to say... Okay, it wasn't intentional, but it was like... I talked about the shit that happened on Raw Den, but the argument was that it was a little bit more nuanced of an argument about the resetting of Raw Den exploit between Method and Limit at the time, because Limit were only using Demon Hunter meta, and then Method killed it with both Demon Hunter meta extension and the Destruction Warlock extension. So like Method got a way bigger damage gain than Limit, but like I didn't, you know, it wasn't like super relevant, and I think it was like, okay, trying to explain that level of nuance was going to take a lot of time. It's just like, yeah, I think that both of those raids, actually, I had a lot that was cut out of it. Yeah, like the Warlock would basically solo your first set of orbs. It was the TLDR on the Warlock one, and the Demon Hunter one was like almost nothing, and it's just like, yeah.
The pleasure is mine.
I also don't think I talked about splits specifically for Sepulcher as well, where that was the first time mirrors were ever seen, and tier sets were like at an all-time premium. And while it was, you know, I mentioned it, I don't think that like I could have talked about splits and tier sets specifically for like 5 to 10 minutes probably there. Like that would have been, yeah, Operation Save JPC. Yeah, like I think that splits almost could have had like 10 minutes alone for Sepulcher, but there's like a lot of shit that was going on. Oh yeah, Evade coming in as the fucking mercenary on the hunter. Yeah. I mean, I think that, like, similar to how I didn't really talk about Rygolon too much, I didn't really talk about the nuance of Lords of Dread that much, although I think I did talk about some of the high points of the Lords of Dread shit, where I think Dratnos and I made up the fact that Limit said that the boss was mathematically impossible, which I don't think was actually true. I think, in retrospect, looking at it back, I think what happened was, like, Limit pulled the boss for a couple of hours, and then bailed and went to Rygolon, and then Dratnos and I went on the fucking Echo broadcast and go, yeah, well, Limit bailing on that boss and going to Rygolon means that Lords of Dread, after having seen the Enrage and the boss is still at 15%, is mathematically impossible. They're saying it. And I think Dratnos and I just made that shit up. Like, I think it was literally just made up. And then Echo killed the fucking boss, like, 25 seconds after the Enrage with Bonesmith Airmere. That's troll. Yeah, made without the tier set. Spreading misinformation online. Yeah, well.
Precious gifts from the earth.
We were not wrong with the math. Oh. It was more like we said that Liquid said that it was mathematically impossible. Which was like, I started looking back, like I started doing research into it, and I was like, I could not find. And I'm just like, holy fuck, did we make it up? Like, I think it might have just been made up. Like, legitimately one of those things, I was like, oh god. Oh yeah, personal loot? Oh yeah. I didn't really talk. I also think something that I didn't talk about too much in Nyalotha was like the selling of corruption. Like I mentioned it, but I don't think that I really talked about how that really started the gold arms race for splits and race to world first skills just in general. I think that tier and I think Sepulcher were the ones where it was like, holy fuck, this is a lot of gold. Yeah, like I don't think I really explained it in full. Like these were things that were mentioned because they were relevant. But like I think that both of those tiers were ones that I certainly could have gone into more in depth on. Dude, I felt like I forgot a lot about Vault of the Incarnates. I didn't remember it getting nerfed like 7 times. I did remember the obviously the Raz ones and the Dathia 15% health one. Those I remember those like very vividly. I did not remember the other ones though. Like, there was, like, I think there was, like, 3 or 4 on Rastigat specifically. I only remember, like, 2. Was there a Gallywix thing with gold services? Yeah, Scribe sold gold, and I definitely didn't talk about that. I forgot. I should have talked about that. Just because I fucking loved adding drama to that video. Holy shit, I love drama. I fucking love drama. Yeah, so Scribe admitted to openly selling, like, or buying a lot of gold. And he was like, what were we gonna do? Buy $50,000? I think they bought, I can't remember the number. I think it was like $10,000 worth of WoW gold. But if you converted it to WoW tokens, it would have been like $55,000. And his argument was literally, What were we gonna do? Buy 55,000 gold worth of WoW tokens? No. Which... Yeah, that's fair. He's like, yeah, if we get banned, we get banned. The valid argument, yeah, I think that everybody heard it. It was like, you know what? You're probably gonna get banned for that, but you know what? I see the point. That's fair. That's fair. Like, I think Limit took a loan, that tier from Gallywix, like a 300 million gold loan, that tier from the boosting community Gallywix, and yeah, Echo just bought it with money. To me, I understand the differences. I don't really see much of a... Like as a player, I don't see too many differences between purchasing gold versus taking a fucking massive loan from a boosting community. Like, I understand what the differences are. But from, like, a player... Like, one of them is Blizzard will ban you for this shit, and the other one is Blizzard won't. Is the pretty key difference. But... well, I guess in Stripe's case, he didn't get banned, but yeah. I think from a player perspective, I don't really think it matters. Why do they need gold? Because corruption could be bought off the auction house. So I think every guild spent like 150 million gold or something, that tier. Sneak.lua? Yeah, Sneak.lua is fucking crazy. I still can't believe nobody got banned for that shit. I was way more mad about the Sneak.lua stuff than I was the gold buying. Like, the gold buying, I couldn't. It's one of those things that, like, you can't really get me to care, because that's, like, a Blizzard thing to police. The Sneak.lua thing is, like, how are you not banning these people for this? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's actually cheating. I mean, I don't think... the buying gold thing, I don't really... I find it hard to get mad about.
Precious gifts from the earth.
Sheepishly ban them after. They should have banned Method's ass too for bugging the jailer, but they removed them from the Hall of Fame and then re-added them back. They should have just banned their ass. Like, whatever. I hate that Blizzard's inconsistent. You never know what they're gonna do. Are you pushing the Hall of Fame Delve Boss thingy? That's the goal. The inconsistency. Yeah, I mean, the inconsistency is certainly the annoying part. I feel like most of the time I know what they're going to do, but sometimes I just have no fucking idea. Like the Sneak.lua thing, I think that they should have procced, like, removal from the Hall of Fame and, like, a week ban. Like, I don't think they need to get perma'd or anything for it, but I do think that they should have been removed from the Hall of Fame and procced a week-long ban for that shit. Like, in my mind, that shit is completely unacceptable. Because like I said in the video, the intention of private auras are that you're not able to get around them, and they intentionally got around them. Which it's just fucked. Yeah, this is to level Valeera.
Precious gifts from the earth.
It's good that Blizzard's inconsistent and gives podcasts something to talk about. True. How else am I gonna get content? We fly out for casting on the 23rd. You got banned for buying gold? Holy shit. Like, it's kind of... the buying gold shit is almost, in my mind, the same as the hopeful thing. Where it's like, you're stupid for doing that. Blizzard is ultimately the person who's going to police that, and you know that there is probably going to be consequences. Now, Scribe didn't get banned when he probably is supposed to for buying gold, but, like, I'm way less mad about that. Like, I don't really care about the hopeful thing either. Like, the hopeful piloting thing is kind of whatever to me. The XP potion thing? Oh my god, you guys remember that shit? Preach got banned? Breach got banned and Blizzard got mad at him for XP potion abusing on stream. Holy shit, that has to be one of the funniest things ever. Like, oh god, for context, for those who don't know, so there was like, potions that gave you like 10% experience gain. They came out in like the first patch of Battle for Azeroth, and for some reason you could use infinite amounts of them at the same time. And Breach did it on stream, and they got fucking furious with him, banned him, and then apparently somebody from Blizzard messaged him that they were disappointed in him and cutting all ties. Like, what the fuck?
Bounty from nature. Useful.
It was like the most random shit ever. For level, but yeah, for using an XP potion, arguably not even an exploit. Like, it's one of those things that, like, you weren't supposed to be able to put on 25 at once, but he did it. Like, it's clearly a bug. It's hard to get mad about. And he got fucking banned for like a week for it, and Blizzard got pissed at him. He got Blizzard was doing in-person creator summits at this point in time too, and he got uninvited from the fucking creator summit. Insanely funny. Yeah, that was completely unnecessary. It's funny how easy it was to do. You know what's even crazier? Sang got banned for it too. So how they actually flagged and banned people was... So Sang did it where he put all the XP potions on his character and then clicked them all off and then leveled the character without them on him. Like, this was all on stream. Like, this is something that, like, you could have seen for yourself. But I think the way that they flagged the ban is if you leveled a character after having put a bunch of additional potions on your character at all, it didn't matter if you had them on your character whenever you were leveling or not. If you ever did it and then leveled the character, then you got banned, and Sang ended up getting banned for it too. It's fucking crazy. Just fucking silly.
Precious gifts from the earth.
How much gray stuff do you think guilds will pull now with the new no add-ons era? I think pretty much anything with an add-on is kind of on the table right now. I don't really know what's actually gray area for add-ons. Is anything gray area for add-ons? I'm pretty sure everything's just kind of like on the fucking table. The bans were random. I know people did 1 to 120 and didn't get banned. Multiple 1 to 120s and didn't get banned. Holy shit. I
Precious gifts from
didn't know that. Like Sneak.Lua 2.0? I just don't know how... Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's... Are there private auras? I think that there's some stuff that could be cheating. Like, if you start using, like, a fucking Lua unlocker, and you are able to make computational add-ons with... So in theory, you can do computational add-ons with a workaround. But if you use, like, a Lua unlocker, and you bypass the secret values to basically let you just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, people have done this. I think the last time I saw a Lua unlocker was, like, Shadowlands. Somebody did it with it when they were... What was that add-on? VAR? That you could draw on your fucking screen and shit like that. I think that was the last time I even saw something like that. So it's been, like, crazy. If people start doing shit like that, yeah, I think that's bannable. But, like, I feel like there's so few things that are even gray area. I feel like everything's kind of on the table.
precious gifts.
Oh, yeah, very recent. Okay. They sent to Blizzard first? Well, yeah, okay, well, that's probably good then. Probably smart of them to not just fucking roll up with anything goes. I don't see the Sneak.Lua incident's different from any other add-on. Because private auras very specifically are intended to not be bypassed. Like, I don't even know what's a good example of this, like, from the real world. But they were created with the intention to not be bypassed, and Echo bypassed them. That's the difference. Whereas previously, all add-ons were basically just like a free-for-all. Like, you could do whatever you want as long as you're creative enough. This was like, you're very specifically bypassing something that Blizzard has created with the intention of not being bypassable. That's kind of the distinction there. The caster should get VAR. I'm fucking in. I would love if the casters could get some motherfucking logs while we're at it, too. I don't care about VAR. If I could get some log access, that would be optimal. But it's okay. No smile. I'm well aware the answer is no. But I fucking wish. Echo had some in the last tier? Well, yeah, Echo gives log access to their casters. An 82 on that log? Well, no, that's not the reason that we want log access. The reason we would want log access is so we can see who's doing damage to what mob and timelines for cooldowns and shit like that. Stuff that's like... Stuff that's possible to actually see if you're watching the reason it's annoying is because, like, it's all shit that you can figure out if you have, like, if you're just, like, watching the screen, you can figure it out. So it's not like it's information that Echo doesn't have. But it's just a pain for the fucking casters. That's pretty much it. Is it because of Kalamazoo? No, I think it's because of me. It's because of Dratnus and myself. We're Echo spies, of course. It's a covert operation.
Precious gifts from
No, I don't think it's that they don't trust us. I think it's that they don't want... I think it's actually less about trust. I think it's more about the fact that they don't want any screenshots or log access outside the guild at all. I don't think it has anything to do with trust on the casters front. I think it's that, like, literally, they do not want logs at all to be a part of the main broadcast. Which,
my loyalties are my own.
I get it. As a caster, I'm sad, but I also understand.
Will know what hit them. I wouldn't cross me if I were you.
No logs after kill? Well, after kill, yeah, maybe. We could probably get them, but, like, that's not when it's... There's a very specific point in time when it's cool to even look at logs for a fight. It's whenever it's a very hard fight that you're trying to, like, dissect, like, what's going on. It's not after the boss dies. I don't give a fuck about logs after the boss dies. You're trying to see, oh, what healings cooldown are they using for this overlap versus this overlap? Oh, who's doing the most damage in this phase to this specific mob? Like, a good example on Nemesis is, like, who's doing Artosian and Pargath damage? Who's doing damage to the wall? Who's doing damage to the Shitterads? Right? Like, what specs are doing damage on which Artosian and Pargath? And it's, like, pretty clear that the Ellie Shamans are doing damage to the first guy. I think it was Artosian. And then they're not doing shit on Pargath. But it's like, what are they using on Pargath instead, then? For the, it's, like, it's stuff like that, right? Where it's very... It's, like, a nuanced conversation about a very difficult boss that you're trying to, like, explain, like, what's going on. But the only way you can do it is with logs, because otherwise it's just vibes. Oh, I see these 3 Ellie Shamans are popping their ascendants here. They're probably top of the meter on that guy. Couldn't tell you for sure. When's Max flying out? Max lives in LA, I think. I think he lives in the LA area at least. How long does it take to farm this? I don't know. I'm not farming it up to 45. I think I'm about fucking done with this shit. Oh, me. Oh, 23rd. I fly out the 23rd. Reading comprehension test failed. Yeah, that's just the average Twitch streamer. Sorry.
Precious gifts from the earth.
Can't read. Oh my god, yeah, Twitch and TFT. Literally cannot read at all. Don't know what any of my units do either. Can you explain how race roll first works across 3 separate raid tiers? Yeah, so it's... so Void Spire and Dream Rift come out on Heroic and Normal on the 17th. Basically, this is just going to be like a traditional Heroic week where it's mostly just going to be character splits, trying to get tier, trying to get... I think this Dream Rift guy's got a trinket. Yeah, the Gaze of the All-Seer. This thing is Gigabis for pretty much everybody, so they're going to be running about 1 billion splits this week. Then, on the week of the 24th, Mythic unlocks for the Dream Rift and the Void Spire. So, it's unclear as to whether or not Mythic is going to be split for Dream Rift and Void Spire. I think it's unlikely, but possible. Regardless, Void Spire and Dream Rift are going to get cleared on Mythic in full. Just mostly as like a gear precaution thing. But also because needing to kill all the bosses is... It tends to be a prerequisite, at least in the minds of players, for like what is required to actually win the race roll first. Then, on the 31st, all difficulties of the March of Kel'Danas unlock. I suspect that we see minimal, if no, Heroic or Normal March of Kel'Danas. What I would not be shocked to see, though, during that week is Mythic Void Spire splits. And Mythic Dream Rift splits. So we might get like 1 day of that, and then it's basically just who kills Midnight Falls first. And that's roughly how the race roll first works this year. So it'll be based around who kills Midnight Falls first. There is kind of this pressing issue of like, what happens if Midnight Falls is like piss easy? Where, like, if it's too easy, we could enter this thing where Liquid kills it really, really, really fast, and then we got a problem, like where somebody gets 13-hour diffed. But like if it's Gallywix level easy, then I don't even see... If it's Gallywix level easy, I don't even see a world where Echo can win. Seems almost impossible. But that's a future discussion. I won't fearmonger. I'm not really worried about that. It could in theory happen, but that's just more fearmongering than anything else, I think. I can fearmonger Vaniga, yeah. Is Void Spire Dream Rift going to be that much easier than March of Kel'Danas? Well, okay, so the last boss of the Void Spire, Crown of the Cosmos, this is supposed to be like second to last boss difficulty, right? So it's supposed to be your like Salhadar, your Mugsy, your Silken Court level difficulty, in theory. I mean, I've seen some shit in my lifetime. You never really know, but that's what I think it says. That's what's supposed to be. That's also like what gear it drops. It drops like 4 out of 8 myth track gear, or 4 out of 6 myth track gear, which means that like it's on par with the Midnight Falls gear. And then Bellerin is like 3 out of 6. But, yeah. But yeah, I think everybody views it as like you have to kill all the bosses to actually win the race world first. I don't think that people would accept something like what happened in Heimal. Although maybe. Some tendril shit. Yeah, I mean, in theory, it's pretty rare. I think it's unlikely in a 6-boss raid to have the second to last boss still alive on...
Precious gifts from the earth.
On the reset, especially since we have Heroic Week. So something that was interesting with Nerevar Palace was Nerebar Palace was the last raid that we had a heroic weekend, but Liquid and Echo entered Mythic instantly in Nerebar, and they only did 1 day's worth of splits before like actually starting Prog. So Liquid started progression in Nerebar on Wednesday, and Echo started progression in Nerebar on Thursday, which meant that which would mean for like Crown of the Cosmos to live past the reset, it would have to live through 6 days of Mythic progression, as opposed to, you know, if Salhadar lived past the reset, it only had to live through like what, 4 days of progression or something like that.
From the earth.
So it's a little bit different. Max said whoever clears all 3 raids first is the winner. I mean, according to who? The thing is, like, there's no rules. I think it's unlikely that guilds would be happy with anybody trying to fucking do some shit where you don't kill Cosmos and then somehow you kill Midnight Falls first and they declare themselves as the victor. I think I think that's really unlikely to even be something that could happen.
From the earth.
But more than anything, I don't think that the guilds would be like particularly thrilled if some shit like that went down, because ultimately it is also like an event that these teams are putting on. So yeah. Yes, I am releasing a video about that tomorrow. Yeah, I mean they're gonna kill Cosmos regardless for loot. Yeah, I don't even think it's really something to think about. I mean, what do you guys think about Butcher and Paragon? I mean, do you think that Paragon didn't win that tier? I don't think they were the first guild that cleared 7 out of 7, but I think that pretty much everybody views them as the world first champions from that raid tier.
Speak no more. Brave deep.
Pretty much universally, everybody views them as the world first winners that tier, but I don't think that would happen anymore. I think that the guilds would clear.
Speak no more.
For many reasons, as it turns out. That isn't even comparable? I think it's actually arguably the most comparable thing. Butcher is? He's the second boss of Highmaul who had like an insane DPS check. Paragon elected to not kill him because he didn't really drop good loot. And they killed Margok without having killed Butcher at all. And they were just like, yep, we fucking won. And they were 6 out of 7. And everybody was just like, yep, you won. You killed the last boss first. It really depends on like what your criteria is for winning, right? Is it the first team to kill the last boss, or is it the first team to clear the entire raid?
Precious gifts from the earth.
The Blackrock Foundry winner won that tier? I mean, dude, that shit's like the fucking stuff that happened in Legion, the first tier of Legion, where I view Blackrock Foundry and Highmaul as separate tiers. I view Emerald, Nightmare, Trial of Valor, I say Tomb of Trial of Valor, Nighthold, and Emerald Nightmare as 3 separate tiers as well. From like a raid perspective. Yeah, I mean, the first 3 mop raids were like weeks apart, though. Like, that shit was like almost a month apart, wasn't it? Yeah, so I don't think it's even comparable. I don't think this is even really a relevant discussion, I'm going to be completely honest. This, what's this fucking fight called again? Crown of the Cosmos is going to get killed. Like, it's... There would have to be... It would have to live, like... There's no way. I just, yeah. Like, once you start talking through, like, what it would take for that fight to not get killed week 1, and not get killed week 2, and Midnight Falls to die first, like, you start, like... We're in Disney. Like, we are in fucking Disneyland, man. We are just making shit up at this point, right? We are in. No. I have seen some shit, and that is actual Disneyland roller coaster. We are on the fucking Tower of Terror, making shit up. Like, this shit is not real. That shit is Disneyland for sure. Like, they are. I think it's pretty likely that the Void Spire and the Dream Rift get split on Mythic on week 2. I think that is likely. I don't think it's unlikely. I don't think we're going to be seeing that boss not die. Crown of the Cosmos not die. Disneyland's a real place. Yeah, but not one that exists inside of fucking World of Warcraft. We should, man. Like, clearly you guys are gonna fucking split this shit. I don't think it's like a secret. It's like very clear. What else are we having fucking 75 gorillion characters for? Vibes. It never dies, don't worry, yeah. Fucking Fearbog Grim in. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I mean, in theory, here's the way that it doesn't get split as well. I mean, I think that there is a chance that Voidspire doesn't get split. I don't think that there's any chance that the Dream Rift doesn't get split. I guess the reason that the Voidspire wouldn't get split is that Crown of the Cosmos is really fucking hard. And you think that the loot from that boss is more valuable than killing 5 bosses in a split. That's the reason that you wouldn't split it on Mythic on week after Peltanos comes out, right? I don't know what the likelihood of them splitting Mythic the first week is. The second week splitting Mythic is way more on the table, though. The first week splitting Mythic, I think, is contingent on difficulty. It's certainly possible because there's like you have a lot of time. I don't know. They might split Mythic week 1. I think that is certainly. If I don't know what the chance of it happening is, but it's certainly non-zero. My Recklessness potion took me from 17% haste to 51% haste when I pop it. Yeah, but the issue with the Recklessness potion is that it puts you heavy into stat DR penalty, which makes that potion way less valuable. So I think that most people are going to be the other potion, but yeah, you might be right. Stat DRs are stupid. I don't really understand why they exist. They got added after corruption as like a failsafe measure, but every single time you interact with a stat DR, it's only in like Sims as like this theoretical thing, or it does something that's really fucking random. Like I don't really understand stat DRs like at all. Doesn't stat DR penalty only affect stats from gear? No, that's not true. It's the reason that you don't want mastery from the guys in Alg Academy. So the guys in Alg Academy, the Dragon Aspects, they give you... The blue guy gives you mastery, but the reason that that's bad is because it is the stat equivalent to 5% mastery, which goes against the stat DR penalty, where percentages, like, 5% haste, 5% crit, 5% versatility, does not go against stat DR penalty, which is dumb. And it's the same reason as Potion of Recklessness, that's why it's not good, is because it's giving you raw value stats as opposed to percentage. So that goes against penalty. And so you don't. Yeah, it's not very good. That's it. That's pretty much it. That's the TLDR. What's the stat DR penalty? I'd have to fucking look it up. I don't know the numbers. But after you reach a certain amount of stats, then it's like stats after 1,000 haste or 20% less effective. They're 80% value. And then it's like after 1,250 haste, haste is 75% value. It's like taxes. It's like whenever you have to pay your income tax. And the number value of Algothar thing is super cooked. I mean, that shit is just terrible. I mean, I made a video talking about like all the stuff that you need to know about like dungeons, and that was one of the things I was talking about. I was like, dude, unless I don't even know what the situation would need to be, but mastery would have to be your best stat by like a fucking mile, and nothing else is good. I would never, under any circumstance, click mastery. Like that shit is so bad. And people click that shit all the time. And they're like, well, mastery's my best stat. And I'm like, well, dude, you are trolling. Like, stop clicking it.
Bounty from nature.
I remember in Dragonflight Alg, we just perma-clicked versatility. That was beast mode. Yeah, they don't know how bad it is. Like, yeah, it is literally so fucking bad. It is unbelievable. Yeah, it is. That's why I think stat penalty's stupid, because, like, how are you supposed to know that? Like, that's why I think it's just dumb, because this exact situation where we're just like, yeah, don't click mastery because it's griefing you, and don't use potion of recklessness because it looks like it should be good, but it's bad for this reason. It's just like, why? Why does this exist? It's a unique number for each class in Spec, and each class also has its own scaling, especially mastery. Yeah, well, yeah, that's why they can't give you 5% mastery, right? Because 5% for balanced druid mastery is, I'm making up a number, 1,500, where 5% mastery for Shadow Priest is 2,900 or some shit, right? So they can't give you 5% mastery, so they give you the stat equivalent. But the problem with the stat equivalent is just how it works. It's like if it's like if Bloodlust worked against your stat DR. I bet every class in the game wouldn't really want haste like that anymore. Haste would just be troll. I have no idea about Wrestle Shaman and Raid. Absolutely no fucking clue. Healers in Raid, I feel like I would have an easier time if I literally just started guessing. I could make some shit up based on pure speculation, but literally be just completely made up and likely to be incredibly wrong, so. I have no idea how Wrestle Shaman is, and I don't know about Alien Raid. I don't even know about DPS in Raid, honestly. Like, predicting a Race for World First comp, it's... Yeah, no, there's just no fucking chance.
My loyalties are my own.
Even with, like, Heroic Week data... God, even with Heroic Week data on Warcraft logs, I bet Dratnus and I still just, like, don't get the correct spec that stack correctly. Like, in the Race for World First. I bet we somehow miss on the spec stack, even though we have data.
Speak no more. Too quick, my eyes on you.
Do I have to do delves at all for player power? No.
I don't think so.
Raid is kind of relevant player power, but even still, I think that people kind of get too caught up in looking at sims and looking at numbers. And you can basically get the rank 1 Mythic Plus title just doing Mythic Plus without raiding at all, and get it pretty comfortably even. It just depends on who you're playing with. Is Grudge Pit the fastest delve? The reason I'm doing the Grudge Pit is because I'm farming these curio token thingies for rep. No. I'm doing this for my Delve Hall of Fame thing. I want to get the Delve Hall of Fame. Because, I don't know, contents mostly. How many pulls are you going to take on this Delve boss? I would like it to be less than 200. I would genuinely like it to be less than 200. It's only for the Hall of Fame? Yeah, because I find that to be fun. It's not for player power or anything. It's just for enjoyment. Love of the game. Mostly. 199 strives for improvement. Yep. I would like to see 0 window watch alerts and somehow less than 200 attempts. We have a raid break schedule when you start the... Shut up. Dude, by the way, you shitting on Crota in our group chat and Crota trying to justify the fact that the fucking delve was hard is the funniest shit I've ever seen. You just making fun of him. He's like, it was actually hard. You do the boss's balance? I would like to. If it's impossible, I'll figure something else out. Yeah, actually killing the Delve boss on question mark difficulty gives you a myth track slot in the vault, and it has the catalyst achievement attached to it as well. Guess some of the things Zebby did at 10,000 movie. Holy fuck. Moonkin was cringe as fuck because you could just die all the time, where most of the other specs, like, the survivability was kind of chill, but on Moonkin you were just, like, dead as fuck all the time, so it was, like, kind of annoying. But I don't think that justifies 200 attempts by me. That's just... I was ass, and it was not very charitable to the spec I was playing. It was...
Precious gifts from the earth.
Valeera's been farming a lot of ore. Wow. I'm just farming Valeera XP. Where's this Delphos even located? I don't know. I'll find out later. That's a future me thing.
Precious gifts.
Somebody said surely he's in the Void Storm, and then somebody said confidently Silver Moon, but you never really know. Could have been made up. The Delve boss to begin with? You have to complete a level 11 Delve. Liquid main broadcast tells Hall of Fame Delve attempts and say it's race to world first. Thoughts? I have many thoughts.
Bounty from nature. Useful. Precious gifts from the earth.
What's your guess on how long it'll take to fill the Hall of Fame? I don't know, probably like 2 weeks? 3 weeks, maybe? Depends on difficulty. If it's... Kai'Veza took like 3 weeks. But there wasn't a Hall of Fame achievement.
Precious
And she was fucking hard.
gifts
But if it's any easier, it could be a lot shorter. If it's harder, it could be longer. You never really know.
from the earth.
1 day, yeah. That's just gonna be piss, and it's gonna get cleared in a few hours. I don't know. Are Coffer keys even still a thing? Putting race rules first in my title tomorrow for the Delve boss. I'm putting race rule first in my title tomorrow because I'm trying to clear normal the first. So I'm gonna put race to world first, normal.
Let's
Ah,
talk.
lovely. Love coffer keys. That's really good. Returning player, little weird question. Are you at a disadvantage for playing Torn or other large models? Feel like most people play the tiny races, just me XD. No, there's no disadvantage. People just end up being Dwarf and Night Elf because that shit's OP. But yeah, no, if you're into really big, burly character models such as Tauren and Kultaren and Pandaren, I mean, go for it, man. You're not going to get stuck in like a doorway or something. They just kind of suck because, well, Dwarf is OP and Night Elf is the most broken shit on this planet. Yeah, there's no disadvantage to being big. If you're cooking, though, I think that... I think we got to give more love to the really big races. Like, Heronir and Kultaren, I mean, like, Haymaker should be way cooler. If you really think about it, the amount of damage that... What's it called? Shrug it off? Is that the Kultaren thing? Kultaren racial. I think it's shrug it off. It should be twice as good as it is, considering their size. Brush it off. Increase versatility by 1% when you take damage. Heal for 2% of that amount over 4 seconds. Honestly, I'm in on fucking 2% versatility, and you heal for 4% of that amount over 4 seconds. I'm down for the big men to get a big buff. Say less. Imagine they just buff fucking Goltera to the moon just randomly for fun. Oh, that'd be good. Apparently, Heronir, depending on the mob types that you're fighting, actually are the best damage ratio. I think, what do they get damage increases against? Humanoids, beasts? No, it's not humanoids. It's like beasts and something else. Heronir. Want to play PoE? I'm glad you enjoyed. Experience gains from killing aberrations, beasts, and elementals increased by 10%. Damage dealt to aberrations, beasts, and elementals increased by 1%. So this, I think, is actually the best damage ratio in the game. At least for Moonkin it is in Sims. It might not be for other fucking classes, but it's only if you're fighting these damage types. Then it's the best.
Bounty from nature. Useful.
It's on my YouTube. Bombkin. Imagine trying to play fucking Shadow Priest Anarchy. Imagine. I couldn't even imagine even logging into a fucking Shadow Priest. Haha. Loser. L plus Shadowy Apparitions fixed. Shadow Priest I can't. Yeah, log back on Og Evoker. Log on Og. Buff the boys. Hey, dog. Og nerf spree sucks. Yeah, GG. GG. 20 characters had the level just for your specs to get worse. You never, you know? Really makes you think sometimes. You've been playing 16 hours a day since the expansion launch just to get worse. I'm sure that had to be very good for your mental. Why is Night Elf the best? It's because Shadow Meld is unbelievably broken in pretty much every single situation. Even in a dungeon where Shadow Meld doesn't directly give you something like tangible that you can meld, such as like a channel or like cancel a cast, or do something cheesy, Shadow Meld is always generically the best racial to have access to in case you generate too much threat on accident. It's just generically always useful, where Dwarf might not always be useful. Happy. Happy. Going for the King of the Moles title? Yeah, Mole Master. Being able to meld off aggro is nice. Yeah, well, Shadow Meld is just... The thing with Shadow Meld is that it's always usable. Where Dwarf might be situationally really good, Meld is 100%, in 100% of instances, in 100% of dungeons, always useful. So the Dwarf that you would... Okay, like, this is why, like, in the MDI, you'll see people swapping their race on a per dungeon basis. But, like, obviously that's not how normal people play. So you just kind of take what is the best out of all 8 of these dungeons, or is there either a meld or a dwarf use that is required in this dungeon pool? And typically the answer is like, no, none of them are actually like... Whenever you say required, you're thinking like... I don't fucking know. What is a required meld? Some of the BS skips on tank during Season 2 were really fucking annoying. I don't know if I would necessarily call them required, but they were certainly good. Shit like that, though. You get it? Yeah, we don't have Meld Potion anymore, either. Valeera is 27. Hello, Luigi. Bring back Meld Potion? Yeah, I don't really know why they got rid of that. I still stand firm in the fact that they should have utility potions and they have their own cooldown. I stand strongly in the camp that should be a thing. Bubble skip? Oh my god. I added a new emote to my chat. Why is walking so slow? Like it's broken. Fellowship relics? Yeah, but yeah, no, I think that potions should have, like, there should definitely be just like a utility potion where you could have a relevant speed potion or shadow meld potion, invis potion. They should all be on the same fucking thing. Also, while they're at it, they can remove true sight from some mobs. That shit is unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. I don't know what they're afraid of or why they just spam true sight, but that is not needed. They give every mob... Yeah, it's always crazy. They put it on every single mob you would consider skipping as well, which makes it just stupid. Shroud is pointless. Shroud is pointless, yeah. Rogue's still paying for their sins in BFA. I actually think that they changed their dungeon design philosophy based around Shroud and BFA, but they changed it in two ways. The first and most obvious way that they changed it is they now make it to where whenever you just like hold W through a dungeon, you don't get 140% count like you did in Toll de Gore or Shrine of the Storm or I guess Underrot wasn't like this, so I was gonna say Underrot, but like I just remember Toll de Gore. I remember like Temple of Sephiler as well was like 135% count if you just held W. Like shit like that is like completely unnecessary. So they stopped designing mobs and dungeon routing like that. I think that was the most obvious change for them to make. And then they decided to just slam true sight on every single mob, so that way Shroud would never be good again. They fixed the problem and then like did this thing where it was like completely unnecessary because they already fixed the problem. W routes are good. I agree. Death skips? I think death skips are bad. I don't think... So first off, with a 15-second death penalty from Challenger's Peril, I don't even think you can do a death skip anymore. That shit is just, like, the worst thing ever. Even if it was only 5 seconds of death penalty, I don't think you would do death skips anymore. I think that was more of a thing in Legion because we were bad. And I don't think we, like, realized how big of a deal it was to lose, like, 45 fucking seconds to your death skip, or longer, potentially, or a minute to your death skip, potentially. Even if you're getting pyloned and shit, it was still pretty bad, and I think that if we went back in time, that would be unplayable. Like, it would not be a thing that we would be doing, I don't think. We would actually just play 5 Night Elves and just meld. We would meld skip like human beings. $90 seconds minimum. I mean, you were cooked. I think they added the failure detection pylon people. I think there's like a pylon type item now, isn't there? Oh yeah, the mass res skip. I mean, that was, you would maybe do that. But like, surely you would just play 5 Night Elves and then just fucking run through and just meld everything, right? Like, that would almost certainly be the correct play. That's just for the Nemesis. Wasn't the added true sight so that Mindsuit didn't work on more mobs? I mean, maybe, but like... Also, why can you shadow meld off mobs that have true sight? What's the fucking deal with that shit? That doesn't make any sense. What do you want, buddy? Lore accurate? Wasn't the original lore of Shadow Meld the dog shit one? Where you just sat there and stealth? Not even drop in combat or anything? You just literally fucking sit there and stealth? Yeah, I couldn't even be used in combat, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like being nearsighted? Yeah, I guess it could make sense. Alright. I think I'm fucking sufficiently over this shit. I think 3 hours of doing this is about my limit. I got to level 27 from level 16. Or 15. So I got 12 levels in like 3 hours. Wow. How tintillating. I'm out. All right. GG's. Doesn't it go much faster at level 30? Oh, does it? Well, that's good to know if I ever have to come back and farm more Valeera rep because I got hard-walled. Dorky streaming. All right, I'm gonna raid Dorky. He's also farming Valeera rep. Huh. Did he for real turned on my fucking stream and then decided to steal my content? Really makes you think. Started doing it because that's what I'm saying. He stole my fucking content. Now he's stealing my viewers. All right. Goodbye, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. We're doing world first normal tomorrow.